Greetings, adventurers, and welcome to GrowedUpGeek Gaming, your home for narrative and roleplay focused tabletop role-playing game excitement. Actual plays here on Twitch and later video on demand on YouTube. It's Tuesday. We're back with our big flagship campaign now, playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition. So tonight we bring you episode 3 of Bloodlords. We'll do character intros, little quick recap announcements, and then jump right into an episode where we get to probably role play something that a lot of people don't get to be in real life. So that will be fun. I'll start. I'm Manny, at GrowedUpGeek on your social media, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. If you like what we do here, give us a like, follow, subscribe, high five, fist bump, consent given, pat on the butt. We love the support here. We are live Tuesdays and hopefully soon Friday nights again as we conclude Legacy of Blood, our Drow mini-series that has been going on for way too long and not being finished. That's it for me. All right, let's meet our amazing cast and GM. Let's start up top with Salvatore. So last week, hung out at the farm, awfully insistent on making sure things got set back right.
I mean, Salvatore is a bureaucrat, glad-hander, wannabe politician, so he's going to do everything he possibly can to brown nose this bloodlord. I'd say we did a pretty good job. We cleaned most of the stuff up. We did not herd the zombies, but that's fine. You know, they'll send somebody to do that. They have some kind of workers to do that.
And then what are you hoping for Salvatore today?
A bunk bed.
Bunk bed.
Bunk bed.
Who would you like to be? Who would you like to room with?
Bed. Just myself. I just want a bunk bed.
Okay.
Maybe I'll sleep on the top, maybe the bottom.
Aren't you a little tall for a bunk bed? Like twice?
It'll be a long one.
Okay, cool. Custom built. See if the Bloodlords can do that. All right, yeah. Awesome. Let us slide over to Kreegan. This week or last week, unable to trip anything. Did you even try? Did we try to trip anything last week?
No, I don't think I did.
Okay,
I don't think
that's a special occasion thing.
Yeah, it won't be as I get more abilities as we level up.
Oh, okay.
For now,
all right, well.
For now, aiding and intimidate, there's just a lot of tools. You know, level 1, martial, a lot of tools. I know it sounds crazy. It's pretty cool.
It's a good system.
But,
all right.
Yeah.
Kreegan, what are you hoping for today?
I think that Kreegan is mostly hoping to get better accommodations as someone who has mostly lived in the sort of less desirable areas coming from his tribe. He's excited at the mention of having a mansion, or at least somewhere to call his own instead of the shared housing that he was used to. So I'd say he's pretty happy. He wouldn't show it, of course, but he likes the idea of it.
Yeah, be critiquing tile patterns and such.
Yeah, he just, he's a big guy, so he doesn't want to go upstairs. So if he can claim a room on the first floor, that's exactly what he's going to do.
Same. We'll get you a Harry Potter closet under the stairs. Awesome.
Exactly.
All right, let's go to one of the resident divas in town, the Lady Dahlia, known gargoyle during encounters. So you perched up on rooftops, slung some spells, hung out. Now we're being rewarded with real estate. Very 21st century of us. What's Dahlia hoping for tonight in her living accommodations?
Basically somewhere she can lay down all the way. Where she's been living is basically, like you said, a Harry Potter closet, and she can't quite lay all the way down in there. So she's hoping for a full bed to lay in. That's all she really cares about at this point. And somewhere for Moody to hang out.
So a big walk-in closet would be a step up.
Oh yeah.
If this was a 4-bedroom,
down in there.
You would sleep in Salvatore's master closet, walk-in closet. Cool.
Not a problem in the world with that. No.
Awesome. All I'm Manny. I'll be playing Vida. She was not as thrilled with doing all the extra mile stuff 2 weeks ago. We went there to check out the farm. We did that. We left the house of zombies, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we left it, but all right. They're all in the house. We're good. And she wants a little place. She grew up poor. She wants something nice. And she's not from here, so she really hasn't had like a place to like live. She's been kind of couch surfing for a little while. It's kind of sketchy, so she's hoping for a place today. Last and not least, our enforcement official. I don't want to call you like a fed, but you're kind of bordering on it. What are the rules of jurisdiction with your housemates going to be?
Oh, let's see. So Vorys is definitely the ideal roommate. He's one of those guys that just, likes his stuff, and then, as long as you don't impede on his stuff, he's perfectly fine. He's been living in like guard quarters and on the road for a long time, so it's anything private would be really a step up for him.
My big one, I just want a fucking door.
Yeah, really a door is like, as someone that had a room without a door at one point in his life, dude, a door is something that is like crucial in life. You don't really understand how important they are until you don't have them.
I love how we role play the desire to have homes, and every single one of us just like, I just don't want to be living in squalor, y'all. Lewis wants a door. Dahlia wants to lay down. Salvatore wants a bunk bed. Kreegan just doesn't want stairs. Like, shit, God.
We're simple folk, man. Simple folk.
Really, way to role play big fantasies, you guys.
Exactly right. Real high fantasy game.
So this is our amazing cast, and last and not least is our amazing GM who puts up with this shit and is apparently going to play partial real estate agent today. So Steven, what's it going to be like what's the Geb real estate market like? Highly competitive, seller's market, buyer's market?
Well, I guess each house would probably be like a collector's item because the Builders League is like that invested in making everything like the most beautiful, perfect structure you can get. So if you want an actual like real house, then it's everything's like family and legacy, so everything's been passed down for generations. So it's really hard to get like a new thing going. Generally, you want to get something built for yourself.
Okay.
Unless you just happen to find someone that has an extra house and is willing to hand it to you.
That's why
which you guys happen to have.
Dope.
So you guys kind of lucked into this.
That's why we know rich people, y'all. All right, man, take it away. Let's do this thing. Let's play HGTV Pathfinder.
All right, so you guys finished straightening things up at the farm as best you could, rounding up the zombies and putting some stuff back together. You had a hard time getting the vegetation in any sort of working order, but hopefully that'll still last when the farmhands are able to get back out there. You guys head back to Greydirge to Berlin Haldorli's estate. And you approach, and she greets you guys and invites you back into her house. She says, well, welcome. It's nice to have you guys back. Well, what can you tell me about what you found out there? At least it looks like most of you made it out unscathed.
I'm like trying to show her like the gook I have on my dress. I'm like, unscathed, look at this.
She says, oh, that's just a little grit showing you did some hard work.
I mean, I guess.
So I'll give her like a real deep bow, and then from behind me I'll push what's his name, Bredick, the guy, or that was her cousin. Yeah. So we have the farmhand with us. What was his name?
Braddock.
No, the guy that we took with us, the farmhand that was on the farm that we found in the well.
The zombie or the body? I thought you brought both. I think you brought her cousin's body as well.
Yes, we did. Yeah, Kreegan carried it all.
Would have the body.
Yeah. Seifgecht is the farmhand you found.
Oh, there we go. Seifgecht.
Yeah, that was the name.
Poor guy.
Yeah, that is a name.
He says, yes, mistress, it was quite an ordeal. These fine people were able to put the farms to right and deal with any of the zombies that escaped. It's going to take some work to get the crops back in order, but everything else seemed to go all right. Just, well, I am glad to hear that. Why don't y'all come in? Let's all have a discussion. And she invites you into, like, instead of going to the dining hall, you make another turn and go to, like, a sitting room that has, like, a fireplace, like a really big and ornate fireplace, and these big, like, velvety looking chairs that look super comfy.
What's the weather like outside?
It's clearish, a little cloudy.
Okay. I'm gonna sit by the fire.
It's still early in the year, so it's a little brisk out still.
All right, definitely gonna sit by the fire. I'm gonna take advantage of being alive, and I'm gonna sit by the fire, very daintily and ladylike.
It is definitely a part of the world that's closer to the equator, so it doesn't ever get that cold, even in winter.
As a guy who lives in South Carolina and freaks out when it's 50, I'm gonna sit by the fire.
All right. All right, so yeah, she has some of her servants come and bring everybody like tea and drinks, that sort of thing, whatever people want to drink.
Again, we'll look around for like the widest chair that he can find to just kind of like waddle over to it.
Yeah, you find like a love seat and pretty much just take up the whole thing when you sit in it.
Nice.
Exactly.
Just totally man spread in the middle of it.
He just takes up every amount of space that he can. Just.
I'll definitely do like the mischievous person at a party and just kind of like hang out by the mantle. I was kind of like, kind of one arm hanging on the mantle, the other arm just totally just beer in hand drinking, just kind of like letting the coat dry out and stuff like that.
She kind of smiles at your casualness and says, "Well, why don't you start with giving me a report of what you found at the location? I'll have plenty of time to interrogate Seafgek later." And she kind of winks at him at the mention of interrogation, and he kind of like smiles awkwardly.
We had the same problem on the farm that you had in the market. Seems like those damn followers of the light again.
Oh, you found signs that they were followers of the Lady in Graves?
Not quite. It's more of a, I guess you should say a gut feeling. I kind of take the hold on, let's see, where is it? Come on, click, stupid thing. The anti-plague potion out of my pouch and just kind of like toss it to her, and it seems like they were all carrying these after that little fiasco, and they were doing something to the grain silos. I don't really know. I'm not a farmer. I'm not a botanist. I don't really know. I just I would be very weary of any grain as of recently.
Just out of character, what are you seeing about the anti-plague? It's not like it's an illegal potion. It's not like it's like positive energy or
so
anything.
it's one of those
help
things. It's like, it's so all of the people that were there had those, right?
You just found some in a bag, like when you were searching through one of the bodies.
It was just that one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, either way, it was like it was very suspicious that there was a bag full of those things, and there wasn't too many enemies, but there was still enough. But yet, all of the grain silos had that green, that green fungus type thing. It kind of put my intuitions on edge. It's not saying that it's right or anything like that. It's just as a guy that lives on paranoia, Vorys would, go on anything that like tingles his gut intuition.
Okay, yeah, the anti-plague is just like a potion. The things you found like a couple powders that they seem to be introducing. There was 2 different ones that you found. There was like a pinkish powder and like a grayish powder that seemed like individually they just had like mild symptoms they'd give you.
Yeah, and then I'll kind of like look at the other people that took the vials and just kind of like motion to them to like throw like samples of those to her to like see if she would know more about like anything like that in this area, like what those things might do to this area. Because not being like, I lived here, but I'm not from this area, so I'm not really, 100% familiar of like what a foreign fungus would do to, say, plant life or anything like that.
All right, so you give her the poison substances you found, and she kind of takes them and investigates them. And after like a couple of minutes, she says, "Yeah, these are definitely unique. I haven't seen them. They're not common things you'd find around here. So there must be some place they're manufacturing this stuff. Doesn't seem like it has that strong of effect, though. What do you think they were doing with it? Just pouring it into the grain? They wanted to give everybody like some quiet stomach pains or something?"
Planning something for later. If you ever heard of making your enemy weak so it's easier to march right in, or hey, give them a miracle cure when they're feeling down.
That's
not saying I've done anything like that. I'm not
though.
saying I've done anything like that. I'm just saying, there's probable things that have happened.
Well, yeah, it's good to keep your imagination open for all the possibilities. You never know what you're going to encounter.
Yes, ma'am. On the road, you run into many things, and in the city, you run into even more things.
Well, this definitely sounds like it's an ongoing concern for us. I would like it if you guys would mind continuing to look into it and stay on my side as opposed to going back to your previous jobs. We do have the manner of your payment for your hard work, and she pulls out the estate for the deed and signs it over. He says, "Well, I have to tell you there are some rumors going around that strange creatures have taken up residence in the manor I'm giving you, but I'm happy to inform you that those rumors are true. No one ever said that I was boring to work with, and if they did, they were lying." And she like hands the paper over to have each of you sign it, so you can all have your initials on the deed and have it all in your name.
Kreegan grabs his pencil and starts initialing, and he says, "It is better to earn the manor through glorious combats." When
I
he's
like your spunk, son.
Careful, darling. You're gonna tear the paper. Ease up.
Just
Gentle
kinda, like,
stroke.
take it away from him, like just like one tug at a time, like easy.
You're like carving into her desk, and I'm like,
It's like at one point, the pen is like through it, and it's like still like attached as you're pulling it away. You kind of like hand it back, like you might need this.
So we also have the piece of cloth that we found on one of the bodies that has the hand that's missing a pinky.
Yeah. All right, so you hand that over to her. Yeah, she looks at it. She's like, "Yeah, this is certainly a symbol I haven't recognized before. If you don't mind, I will keep this and keep the substances and have my people look into it as well. Maybe we can figure out what we can on our end while you guys do your own investigation."
My lady. Give her a deep bow.
Did you happen to find my cousin?
We found his body.
Is like is Kreegan gonna just like flump his body somewhere?
Yeah, where did you
before
put
this, or
yeah.
like, where are you like still just like holding him on your shoulder, like carving
like
your
a carpet.
Yeah, exactly. Like where you guys want this thing?
Where you guys keep your dead bodies?
Kreegan just like stands up, like walks to the side in the hallway, just like lifts up this like
you just fucking
yeah, just
weekend at Bernie's him in the hallway, like
yeah, just pick him up, and then there's some flies around the body, and Kreegan says, "I didn't know where to put him, so I just put him in the hallway," and then just like thump, lays him down.
Well, at least in Geb, it's not that unusual for people to be carting around corpses with them,
Fair.
so nobody even like pays attention to that. Like
What's
she's
up,
dealing with
Surprise?
corpses all day. She's
somebody needs to teach you some manners, boy. God damn! I hope if I die in your company, someone has the better decency to give me to someone more gentle.
He just gives you a perplexed look, and he says, "Was I supposed to move the body somewhere else?"
Oh, you did fine.
It's not a. You're fine. You're
I look at Vorys. I'd help you, but there's no way I can carry you.
He's like doing that math meme in his head, like he's really confused.
This definitely is a tragedy. It's sad because he was family, but also because he was a skilled and loyal employee. It's a rare combination to find in Greydirge. Sometimes, a lot of times you find loyal people that are just dumb as rocks, you know? And she kind of gives you guys a grin.
Yeah, it gestures vaguely about.
Yes, many people in
Says
Greydirge
dumb as
are
rocks
dumb.
and like looks at all of us. Yeah, like, exactly. Yeah.
You ever work with people like that? If you haven't, you are those people. We're all like, no, man, we're great.
No, I have never heard of that.
My lady, if it's not an indelicate subject, if he is so valuable, isn't like this can't realistically be the end for him, right?
No, we will bring him back as best we can. It's harder the longer they've stayed dead for them to be raised with their faculties fully intact. Usually the best way to do that is to raise them right after they die.
Okay.
It seems like he's been gone for a couple days now, so he might end up being just another mindless zombie worker. But I'll let him go back and work at the farms. That's what he wanted to do, and I'll let him honor that.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry if he does come back as, no offense to present company, but less than.
Oh, it's all right. There's always more cousins out there somewhere, I'm sure.
Okay.
Kreegan will look towards Dahlia and be like, sorry, I know you looked hungry earlier and you couldn't eat. I suppose it was a waste.
Not fun.
Were you able to find any of the attackers and interrogate them at all?
It's fine.
All dead. We only found bodies and an angry cow.
Well, I suppose that's good they got what's coming to them, but it does leave us with a lot of open questions in this regard. Yeah, I definitely want you guys to continue looking at leads and let me know if you find anything. She hands you the key for the estate. It's a key. The key shank part, the part with the teeth, is made of iron, and in the bow, the top part is is like a tiny skeletal hand clutching a red glass marble.
I snatch it out of her hand.
Well, the manor's about a mile south of Greydirge. The previous owner was a guy named Quelach. He was Quelach the Collector, I believe, was his full name.
Cool.
I'm not exactly sure who he was, and he wasn't that big a name in town. I don't know if he was that important, or even what he collected. I mean, he had a fun name like that. Surely there's something fun in there.
His stuff's still in the house?
We'll find out.
The house should be as it left it. The deed passed me because we were trying to find inheritance for it, or find the inheritors for it, and nobody came forward to claim it. So instead of having to deal with finding new owners and selling it, I just hand it to you guys, and you guys can handle the problem for me.
Nice.
Are there any
That makes
taverns
sense.
between here and there?
It's always good when houses and real estate's referred to as a problem.
It's a fixer-upper. It's quaint.
It's got good bones. Hey, it literally has good bones.
My guy's going to be like a hoarder when we get there. There's going to be nothing but like the Geb Daily Post for like 3,000 years.
She says, well, I'm sure you can find some sort of tavern out in south of town.
I mean, close to this manor. You say you've been to this manor, yes?
Yes?
Oh, no, I just get the paperwork. They just couldn't figure it out, and they handed it to me. They said, oh, let's let the Bloodlord deal with it. It's in the Bloodlord's Grace region, so that's kind of supposed to be my purview. And I was going to handle it, and then this situation came up, and I thought, well, let's kill two birds with one stone.
Heavy is the head, is it not?
It's for you to kind of explore the town around there and see what you can find, see what the locals are like.
Right. I heard that as I don't know how fucked up this house is, so be prepared.
Right.
That's what Vida heard. No, I haven't been there. Okay, cool.
Sight unseen.
Yeah, yeah. As is.
He says, well, I can tell it's been a long night for you guys. Why don't you guys spend the night here at my estate? Who knows what sort of trouble can be at the manor, and maybe you want to be well rested for the next day. I can have my servant set up some rooms for you.
Sounds good.
Yes, please.
I'd love a chance to wash up.
Was there anything else of interest you found at the farm before we retire for the night?
We could mention the scythe. Would she be able to
show her the cursed scythe? Maybe she knows what kind of curse is on it.
All right. Yeah, you take it, and she looks at it, and she says, "Oh yeah, this belonged to Braddock. It's nothing too special. It's just got a standard +1 ruin on it, or whatever that would be called in the world."
It's got a shiny on it.
+1 thing in it.
It's just
it
green.
Makes you hit 5% better with magic.
It's green. Unlike that gray shit you all have.
See who has the scythe in their inventory, so I can just ID it for you.
I believe it's Kreegan, right? Her.
Carrot pack mule. This is big here.
Yeah,
I'm taking you shopping too.
This is big here. I like that.
Yeah, it's just a +1 scythe.
Awesome.
Kreegan
is totally fine giving it to Salvatore as well. Because like I said, he can't even use a large weapon, or if we wanted to move the root or anything. But it's up to you.
I'm gonna make you guys a loot box that's just for you can like trade loot or that sort of thing, just so everybody can access it. Because you can't drag and drop things directly onto a person.
I don't use my scythe really for like offensive purposes. It's more like a spell casting focus. So if you want to just take we could just take that +1 rune off and probably put it on a different weapon. Because I'm literally won't get much use out of it. I'd like one of the melee characters to be able to hit stuff better.
Would Vida or Vorys want that +1 rune?
I would not get as much use out of it because extra to hit doesn't like I'm not there to really do like a lot of damage. I've seen the damage that Kreegan does, and so she will defer to not. She will gladly pass, realizing somebody who could use it way better than her should have it.
Well, in Pathfinder, it's generally assumed that like by level 2, everybody's got +1 on their weapon.
Ooh.
So it's a good idea for everybody to eventually get that. You guys can decide who's the highest priority of getting it first. To transfer a ruin, you basically have to pay like 10% of the cost, which I think is like 3.5 gold. I think it's 35 gold for a +1 ruin. I'll have to double check. But and then you just got to spend crafting on that.
That's cool.
You can either like have someone craft it for you. I'm sure Berlin can have someone craft it for you if you want it transferred, or you need someone with magic crafting. I don't think Dahlia has that yet.
Can't just stick it on there with some twine.
Well, if you buy like the ruin by
pry it out with a screwdriver.
You can buy the ruin by itself, and it's a lot easier to put on. It's when you have to take it off and put it on the new weapon that it ends up like costing some more, and being like a process.
Would my roguey abilities be able to like pry that out? As I imagine, I have probably pried a jewel or two out of something expensive. Is it like a physical thing, or is it like kind of an abstract?
They're kind of abstract. I kind of picture them like materia slots in like Final Fantasy VII.
Okay, so am I taking the little glowing ball out?
Yeah, but it wants you to do like a crafting check to pull it out, because you could potentially fail and either damage it or make it cost more or cost less by doing a good job.
Yeah. All right, yeah, I don't want to break anything. I was just gonna, just do my roguey thing and just see if I could pry it out. But if I could break it, no. So we're trying to get
I'd like to ask Berline before she goes. So the first time we came here, she gave Salvatore a potion that's supposed to do like the same thing as him feeding, and I would like to know what that was. I have an inquiry about the potion that you gave me last time, madam. As he's bowing super deeply.
She says, "Oh, that was just a soul jar that I was able to capture a soul and keep it in the container for you."
Yo.
Wait, what?
She just gave him somebody's soul that she captured.
I like that.
Well, that's basically what Salvatore eats is souls.
Yeah. Essence.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So I'm less jealous now. I don't know what I would do with a soul, but I know that I would want one if somebody offered me one.
Just keep shaking it up and
I
watching
don't
that
know.
soul inside.
What if it's like a Coke bottle and it explodes everywhere, and then my soul's like dripping all over the sidewalk? Hard pass. Holding on to that
Oh
thing.
yeah.
She
You
says
got a
the
point.
the vessels are a little bit more than a standard gift at this level would be, and the rituals to create them are complicated as well. But maybe like you continue to improve yourselves and raise your standing in here in society, and we can work something out.
Thank you, madam.
All right, with that, she has her servant, Mirk, lead you guys to like the second floor of the estate. She has like a set of guest suites, so you guys all get your own room, and they're pretty swank. They're pretty fancy. It looks like they look like they haven't been used that much. Like they're mostly kind of decorative, so you guys feel like you're kind of breaking the bed in whenever you're like laying on it.
Yeah.
Is there anything anybody wants to do before the next morning? Do you want to get that rune transferred?
We have
I would.
not enough gold to do that currently. I think.
Yeah, Kreegan only
It's-
has 1 gold.
Yeah, it's like 3.5 gold.
Yeah, I have 0 gold. So I mean, unless we get like a fat sack of gold somewhere, we're all poor
Yeah.
guys.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see what the house has. We'll see what the house has in the morning.
Yeah, maybe the house he collected gold. There's just stacks.
Maybe
of
there's
gold
3 gold in the couch.
Yeah.
You know what? That's a good. Turn over all the chairs when we get there. Start cutting the
Look
bottoms
under
of
the
all
tables.
fabric. See what falls out.
Salvatore's definitely gonna, because now we need like a little bit of sleep and rest. So I'll just kind of snoop around the areas I can snoop around in her house. Just
In her house? You're a brave soul, dog. Good on you, man.
not snooping too hard, but like if I go to the bathroom, I'm definitely gonna look in the medicine cabinet.
Yo, what pills are you taking?
Bro, I don't want to know what prescription psychotropics are in Geb. I see dead bodies. Here, take this. Vida's
She
gonna.
does have guards posted around the house, and they're kind of like, they're not like, look like they're threatening you to stay in your part of the house, but they're kind of standing there, like
Do I
you're
know
kind of
any
like
of
in a
these?
wing, and it doesn't look like there's
Okay.
they want you to go beyond that.
I know.
Do I
Menacing-
know any of these guards?
Yeah, I know a menacing.
Can I
look.
give like a society check?
You know, Bigfoot.
Yeah, sure, we can do a society for that.
Need my
Alright.
buddies.
No, I mean, you know, have I beaten any of them in a drinking game? And I can, as I'm walking by, go, yeah, I guess you're a little bitch, aren't you? Like,
Look at you guarding a rich lady's house.
yeah, look at you now, got this cush job, still can't drink for shit.
All right. Well,
Do it as a blind GM roll
Oh,
since it's a knowledge
sorry.
check.
while Vorys goes and
It's
sees
a good
the.
thing you want it. It's a good thing you want it blind.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and re-roll that natural one.
Is gonna
Yeah.
go is gonna go torture his potential coworkers. Vida's gonna make sure she gets like a big tub of water so she can wash up, and she's gonna see if somebody there can wash her dress overnight. And I realize how like kind of bitchy.
Yo, is there a dry cleaner here?
Like I'm treating her house like a fucking hotel, man. I'm like, can I get a bath drawn? And I need this by the morning, thank you. 6 a.m. wake up call.
you just give it to the little person who helped you
Yeah.
out. Yeah, I'm gonna need this by dawn.
Yeah, the person who showed me to my room, I'm like treating them like a butler.
Yeah, they're more than willing to wash your clothes for you.
Sweet.
Mirk calls over one of the servants, and they gladly take your clothes to wash and bring it down.
Nice. And then,
And they give you like a nice robe to wear in the meantime. It's all like plush and velvety.
does it say Bloodlords on it?
It has like the symbol of the reanimators, which I don't know what it looks like because they haven't given me one, but we'll picture it's like a skull of some sort with like farm crops or something around it.
Salvatore, that's you, right?
Yeah, I don't know what it looks like either, because
But I was like, but I'm gonna walk by and like, while Salvatore is kind of trying to like sketchily sneak about the house, I want to like keep my chest out and make sure that like he sees the insignia like on my robe and talk about how nice it is. I'm like, man, this thing's
Oh.
nice.
Well, all of you would have one in your room, so
Oh.
he could have the same thing on if he wanted.
Oh.
You kind of go to put it on, and then you walk in, and he's already like wearing it.
Yeah, everybody's out in the hallway.
Everybody steps out at the exact same time in the robe, like,
These are
oh, come on.
It's like a 600 thread count.
It's like, oh man, did you guys jump on that bed yet?
Vita's all mad.
All
She
right, so
thought
as
she
far
was-
as Vorys notices about the guards, it seems like they don't seem like they're undead, so they're like basically created to be undead guards, and it looks like they're sort of like a higher tier undead that's more formidable than just like a standard skeleton or zombie or whatever. But they don't look like people that are doing out social things. They're pretty much just have their purpose of guarding
They're
the
like
house and all they do.
they're like a custom unit.
Yeah, they're the type of undead that can just stand there forever and never have to like sleep or move or have opinions or anything like that.
Yeah, and I'm looking at these guys, and if I see somebody else, I'm like, we need to get somebody like this at our house. Like, I just kind of like snap my fingers and stuff, like in his face, and he's just like standing there, just.
Yeah, they're like perfectly stoic. Like you're like wondering if they're statues at first.
Then you go to do something wrong, and you hear them
Yeah.
like shake their weapon or something like that. You're like, oh.
Yeah, you try and go
all
past
right.
them in the hallway, and they just kind of mom arm you and push you back gently. That's like the first warning, basically. You don't want to know the second warning.
You know what? Maybe I do want to.
we chop hands off here, son.
Maybe I do.
All right. Yeah.
All right, so anything else, or are we moving on to the next morning?
Move on.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. All right, so yeah, the next morning, the servants come back with your clothing, Vida. It looks like it's been immaculately scrubbed and repaired.
Nice.
It's actually nicer than when you had it, like when you first showed up here.
Sweet. I've been traveling. Cool.
Shit.
Look good, feel good.
When Kreegan sees Vida get her fresh clothes, he says, "Why would you wash your clothes? We're about to sweat again out as we march."
Dressed to impress, darling. Like, yeah, doing everything except like brushing my shoulders off as I come out for like the morning. Did my hair all up, look good. Look good, feel good. Always remember that, Kreegan.
Waste of time. And then he just kind of like waddles away. Little flies following him.
Yeah, I'm sure like the servants also offered to like wash Kreegan's clothes, and like you probably like waved him off or something.
Yeah, he just kind of like gives a grunt.
Pushed one of them. Get off me.
All right, so you guys are led back down. Berline's currently in her office, like handling some paperwork, and she says, well, you guys are ready to head off to your new estate and find out what it's like living with the fancier folk, I suppose."
Hopefully just the beginning of many, many fancy folk and much fancy living.
How long has the Bloodlord's Grace been an area?
That is something I gotta look up.
When she established, because I mean, gnomes can live a pretty long, or halflings can live a pretty long time.
She new on the job? I mean, I don't know, man. In the land of the undead, like, you're either new on the job because you've been there like 30 years, or you're old on the job because you've been there for like 1,000.
Yeah.
It's been about like 20-ish years since she's been in power.
Okay. All right. She's got a nice little run.
And basically, she's the one that allowed all this to expansion behind the walls, because the city was starting to get like overcrowded, so she wanted to expand beyond. So she took the opportunity to have people that were loyal to her in a area that she could like monitor that was close to her estate.
All right. So she established it?
Yeah, basically it's
Okay.
her permission that it's there.
Cool. All right. All right. Looks kind of shanty townish, but I'm going to trust her. That's nice.
You've been through it, like you guys walk past it going out of town. There's nicer homes there. It seems like it's like sort of like the larger like country estates where people have like larger amounts of land.
Right.
Like the deed you're given mentions that you have like in addition to the house, there's like an acre of land that you also
Ooh.
have.
Nice.
So it's basically like people that like she earned favors with her. She like kind of grants them the ability to build in this place, and since it's outside the city and they have more room to expand, they could build whatever big crazy house they want.
Cool. No HOA. Got it.
Yeah.
Dope.
She says,
So-
I couple more gifts for you, just as a way of saying thanks. I've had my folks out to the farm looking around. It looks like you guys did a pretty good job keeping everything contained. Let me find that loot chest.
We did a good job. We did a good job.
Yay,
Yay!
we're adequate.
I'm just going to put it on the splash screen. You see that lootable chest there? Are you guys able to click on it?
Yeah.
I screamed at stuff.
So that has the deed in it. And she also gives you a walking cauldron, which is a little cauldron that has like little skeletal hands sticking out of the bottom, and it'll like walk around and follow you.
Nice, Vida. There you go. Portable brewing station.
I was like, that's
Or
all
you
Dahlia.
guys could cook dinner in it. Right? I mean, I guess you could use it for that purpose.
And she also says, I promised I would give you a hand, and here it is. And she gives you a crawling hand animal companion, which is not like a normal sized hand. It's like a larger hand, so it's like basically a small sized creature of a hand.
Oh, nice, like a giant's hand.
Like a thing.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
thing, but like girthy,
But
right?
just the size of a dog.
Like a
Nice.
catcher's mitt size. Like, help me out here. I'm having a hard time with this.
Yeah, it's like a small dog size.
Holy
So like
shit!
Wow,
the
fuck.
size of a small sized creature, like a dog is a small sized creature.
Yeah. Or
I
like
just-
a gnome is a small sized creature.
Yeah, or gnome. It's literally like a giant's hand.
That's also, you also have to understand, Chihuahua and a gnome, there's a difference. Not much, but there's some. All right.
Well, I think 12 would be even smaller.
All right, so we got a walking cauldron that I just kind of looked at. And then thing, a deed, and a key.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
I'm going to like
named
wave to the
Duncan.
hand. I don't know like how to I don't know how to like
The hand
greet-
kind of like rocks back on its like wrist part and waves back at you.
Oh, cool. Nice. I'm gonna like smile and wave back. I like waving at
Oh,
things.
hey.
Here, I got some crawling hand art for you.
Ooh.
I assume that Dahlia is taking the walking cauldron, correct?
Nice.
The walking
Ooh.
cauldron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
that is sick
dope.
looking, dude.
Oh man, I'm
He's
definitely
definitely-
glad it waved at me. Like I'm not even being like trying to be polite. Like I do want to be this thing's friend.
Yeah.
How
Like
do I take
mechanically,
it?
you could take a crawling hand as an animal companion if you want. If not, it's just like a servant that'll follow you guys around. I don't think anybody's doing anything that involves companions though.
Let's just leave it. We'll just leave it at the house. We'll be the butler.
I mean, maybe you can.
How do I take the walking cauldron?
You should be able to just drag it into your inventory.
I don't even
And-
see this stuff. Where do y'all see this at?
There's a little chest like on the guy's hand on the Bloodlord screen. You can click on. and-
Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'll
okay.
put it in his hand like he's handing it to you.
Oh,
Here you
how's-
go, guys.
All right, cool.
That's our stuff. Back off, homie.
Don't touch
And
it.
Send the hand
Alright,
to
I
grab it
figured-
out of his hand.
I figure
I'll take the
someone should.
keys.
Yeah, and the deed.
I'll take
I
the
don't
key
think
and the deed,
Kreegan
yeah.
would be the holder of the deed, if that makes sense. I think that's more of a Vida thing.
What? No, it's gonna ruin my It's gonna ruin like my dress line.
I got it. I
Okay,
got
thank
it. I'll
you.
put it in
I'll-
my backpack.
Kreegan's
dude.
gonna
I'll
hand it
put
to
in
me
my
because he
backpack.
thinks I'm responsible, and Vita's gonna know better and give it to Vorys. Be like, and not even like think about it. He's gonna have his hand outstretched. We're just gonna go Kreegan, me, Vorys, like the way it should have gone in the first place.
And then you
I
want
can't
the
figure out how to take it.
open
You just
up.
drag it.
Yeah,
Drag it up
open up
your-
your inventory and just drag it to your backpack.
On
How
your
do
screen.
I, how do I
On your
open my
screen.
inventory?
It's a little
It's
box.
on your character sheet.
Yeah.
It's like the one of
Can't
those.
like a
get
tabs.
to
little
my
box.
character sheet.
Yeah, you go to the little like person icon that's like
Yeah, the
on-
third one that says inventory. It looks like a little open box.
and then you
Okay.
it should have a thing that says PCs, and then you go into that folder and click on your.
You technically don't even have to have the inventory page open. You can just drag it onto your
Actors,
character sheet or
PC.
token, and it'll put it in your bag.
Yeah.
Okay. Inventory. All right, I'm with you guys. I'm with you. Sorry.
I'm gonna try to make
You're
small
good.
talk with the hand. Hi, I'm Vida.
It just kind of gives you like a thumbs up. It doesn't have any way to talk.
I know.
It's just kind of
I know.
gesturing.
I'm being stupid, like a person talking to the
No
cat.
American Sign Language.
I want to play with your cat. This is me. Say
Can we
hand
take
is.
ASL? as a language and talk to the hand.
Ooh.
Cool. Now I have a walking cauldron.
I don't see why not.
Ooh. Thank you.
All right, so you guys make your way to the manor.
Yeah.
All right, the manor is a single-story building of red stone studded with jutting bones. Bone spirals wind up corners of the building and form a sort of dome that rises about 15 feet above the roof. At the dome's apex, the bones support a massive misshapen chunk of red glass. Rivulets of this glass wind through the bones and cracks in the brick, like a massive heart spilling blood over the edifice. The glass hardened long ago, but emits an eerie, blood-red glow when any light shines on it, including daylight or moonlight. This light is the result of careful glasswork and architectural engineering. It's a mundane effect rather than a magical one.
Oh, that's sick.
And,
That's still cool.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so rad. I like that.
Okay, I'm just gonna put this out there. We need to come up with a name for the hand. I think it needs to be like respectful while also, let's be honest, hilarious.
Oh, Bone House. Dude,
Oh, cool.
That's so
Perfect.
rad.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. It kind of looks like a
All right.
tomb.
For one story, that's dope.
I was saying, it
Not gonna
absolutely
lie.
looks like a
that's-
mausoleum.
That's
Like a
very
classy mausoleum, too.
mausoleum-esque, Yeah, a very mausoleum-esque.
Yeah, this art has windows in it, but it's described as having no windows, so I think maybe those are just like decorative arches on the outside.
Okay.
The deed specifies the property is a total 1 acre, but the low wrought iron fence surrounding the yard is rusted and dilapidated. It serves as a clear demarcation of the land, but makes a poor barrier, and the gate that should open on a path leading to the front of the entrance is missing. Overgrown vines and weeds clutter the yard and the path.
Need a bone gate.
I feel like this is foreshadowing.
Bone gate 99.
Okay,
Sick.
cool. With it. Love it.
All right.
Place is gorgeous.
All right,
So make
everyone, go look at it.
You find a rough cobblestone path overgrown with grass and weeds leads to a pair of heavy wooden doors set in a frame of bones. The door knockers are real skulls with gaping jaws and iron rungs that serve the door handles. Outside the house, you'll notice that you see like a graveyard that's a little to the south of it. It looks like a little small graveyard that's set up, and beyond that, there's just your property is just kind of overgrown foliage out there. There's a little pond as well. Let's go ahead and throw some tokens on this map.
Water feature.
My token.
Ah, I gotta reset it just as soon as it pops up. Thanks, founder.
We got one of those 1 acre lots where it's like super thin and super long.
You high five like your neighbor.
Yeah, exactly. But like the one behind you is like a football field
Yeah.
away.
Like texting the wife
Out
in
in
the
the back
backyard.
40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you see on the slide here, there's a little pond, a little graveyard. This is the front door right here. Yet there are no windows to the estate beyond that. It looks like that's the main entrance.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna test the door handle.
I like the eerie music that goes with it.
The door is locked.
All right, I take the key out of my bra.
It's not in your bra. It's not in your inventory. It's in my inventory.
Oh, you
That's why
took
I'm
it.
standing in front of the door.
Well, the question is,
Alright.
why is her bra in your inventory?
Yeah. And now she has a whole host of questions for you.
Some more questions than answers.
She's
No,
like, I thought I had it. Oh, goddamn.
As I like reach into my coat pocket and like pull it out, like look at her, like stick it in the lock. It's like, was that what you were trying to do?
Like, I must have dropped it.
Why don't we send the hand in first?
Yeah, get in there, Handelion.
Come on, Handley. Handy boy.
Okay.
Oh, he's a
Yeah.
handy man.
We will take.
Get a
we will
handle on it.
damn it. Fuck, God damn
The
it.
small foyer is lined with low benches. A cracked mirror hangs on the wall opposite the door, and a 5-foot wide bone archway leads north. So the archway is like right here in this little gap.
Okay.
I'm gonna kick the door open. Greydirge City Police, get the fuck on the ground!
Jesus Christ. Also, Bone Archway is my next metal band name for sure.
I'll cast light on something in this room.
Don't I have a torch?
I still have light on Kreegan from last time. I was just assuming you were gonna keep his sword kind of.
Yeah, we'll keep it illuminated.
Okay.
You do have the ever-burning
I do.
torch that we got
Yeah.
last time.
You do notice there's torch sconces on the wall. It looks like there's no torches in them, though. That's what these little things like that's sticking off in Vita's head right now.
These little sconces.
Yeah, you
I
got
I'm
love
gonna
that
go
purple.
light him.
Got that purple boy.
Love
This
it.
they
next section,
light?
it looks like it's a coat room. You see an intricate armoire stands open on the west foyer. The armoire double doors resemble a massive rib cage. So that's this wooden thing right here.
I was like the sternum, the middle.
That's
You
so
just like
metal.
open up to like the left or the right side. That's fucking sick, dude.
And down here in the waiting room, you see cushioned benches. They line the southern and eastern walls of this room, forming a comfortable, if dusty, seating nook. Picture frames line the walls above the benches, though dust obscures their contents.
I just kind of like rub my hand across one of the paintings.
Okay.
Mass produced light up these sconces.
You see the pictures look like they're intricate sketches of landscapes, from craggy foothills and barren deserts to a gloomy, mist-shrouded forest. I doubt you have art lore, so just give me a perception check.
Okay.
Saying you're not cultured.
Hey,
Yeah.
you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised.
I mean, if you have art lore, we can roll art lore.
I don't think I have art lore. I have.
Surprise.
If it's like a picture of a city, I might have lore about it. But let's see. Would you want? Sorry.
You can go ahead and click the perception check thing in chat right now.
Perception. Okay.
Yeah, and that should roll it for you.
Chat. Oh, okay. Stupid button.
You have our lore. You can roll that. I don't. I know.
Yeah, I am not. No.
All right. You notice while examining these sketches, you see like each sketch seems to have like a single, well-hidden, unnatural element. It's like a tree with skeletal roots, a shrub shaped like a demon's face, like a dark cloud blowing in the opposite direction of the other clouds, or like a rabbit with like a backwards head.
Would this be something like artwork that I have seen before in my past?
You're pretty sure this is a unique artwork. They just look like basic sketches. They're not like detailed paintings or anything like that.
Can
But
I
they
use
all,
it
they all
to-
seem like they
like
were
what
drawn
they're-
by like the same hand, as far as you can
But
tell.
like what they're depicting and stuff like that. Have I seen like depictions like this before?
Yeah, they're it's basic like terrain that you would have seen around this area specifically. Like you could think if you just went out the yard and like looked around, you could probably see some of these vistas.
So it's like someone painting like the local landscape with a little like demonic flair.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it. I totally dig it. I'll kind of look at it and kind of, I might move one of these into my room.
Did you say there were books that were covered in dust?
No, paintings in the
Just,
foyer.
just the paintings. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
I
he
was just
looking
kind
at,
of like,
paintings.
I kind of like, I'm still standing in the foyer as all of y'all like flooded into the house. I was like, well, I was gonna be the first one in, but I'll stay in here. I just start kind of like looking around.
That's what I'm doing. I'm looking for books. I'm looking for a library, any kind of. That's what I got my eye out for.
All right, as you
was
guys are
promised
making your way through the
monsters.
house, you do notice you're hearing sounds of a scuffle off in this easternly direction.
I guess I'll move out of the foyer and move.
You hear
like,
some
I guess-
voice saying like, it's just making like, you can't really hear it at this distance, like what they're saying, but it sounds like things are being thrown and shattered, and you hear like chittering sounds.
Oh hell no!
Oh, hell no.
Sounds like somebody's fucking up our house, dog. I don't like that. At the sounds of like things being smashed in my new house, like, oh yeah, I'm all over this. It's all right.
Kreegan
So
will
I'm
move
gonna
his way up.
move into the bigger area. I guess
This big
everybody.
room is like a courtyard. It's you see stone benches, desiccated planted pots, surround a shallow, dried-up pool at the center of this room. Arches of twisted bones follow the curve of the high ceiling to a large chunk of red glass embedded in the apex of the room. That's up above in the middle here.
Oh, that's like a ceiling view of like what's shining down.
Yeah, it's like that big red crystal you saw from outside. This is like it looks up into it.
Oh,
And
so
like,
it gives us like a light red glow on the inside.
yeah.
Oh, fucking sick, dude. This house just got even more badass.
And Dahlia would actually notice, since she has light sensitivity as a ghoul, that like it seems like this filtered light seems to not affect her at all, like as far as sunlight usually does.
That's very nice.
Lovely.
It's about time my needs are taken into account.
All right. Is Dahlia just hanging out outside?
No, I can't. Oh, now I can move her.
I was about to say, you should be able to move now. It was paused a minute ago.
I was all worried. Someone's gonna clip me, dude. They're gonna fucking clip me. I gotta get in. All right. Well, I'm at least in now. And looking around.
Oh, I never did my character long rest thing.
Yeah, make sure everybody's at like full hit points and everything.
Oh shit, sorry.
Oh yeah. How do you?
I was like, I did not do that either. Thank you.
Yeah, I just noticed it because I was like, all right, let's get ready to rage. And then I noticed
All right.
I was.
Yeah, there would have been like medicine checks and stuff done, so everybody could be at like full hit points. So you can just go ahead and change your hit points to the max.
I was wondering why I only got like one back. I was weak.
Spellcasting.
Normally you get back based on your constitution, and you have like no
Oh.
physical stats, so you
Got
don't
you.
get much.
Heard. Okay.
How do you
cool.
long rest?
The little.
You just
On your
click
character.
the little bed-looking thing under max HP.
Perfect.
Cool. All right.
But
you,
you
Father.
want to probably manually set your HP to max if it doesn't, because you only heal like 8 HP per knot or something.
I only healed one.
One.
Okay, I'll set it manually.
Well rested
Alright.
in real life.
There we go.
Inside that room, you see this long dining table. You see numerous dusty yet comfortable chairs flank a long oak dining table. A mosaic of bone tiles on the east wall depicts 13 skeletons gleefully feasting on one another's bones.
Sick. Is there art for
And
that?
you're also hearing like a voice saying, "Get out of here, you fiends! How dare you!" And if you poke your head in, you see like a smaller, like normal human hand-sized crawling hand on this side of the room. Seems to be like up on top of some of the shelving here in the corner, and just is like throwing things off the top of the shelf at these swarms of rats that you see. And we'll go ahead and have everybody go into initiative for that.
It's not our hand. It is a second hand.
A tertiary hand.
Okay.
But this hand is
Another
talking.
hand.
This one
What?
Fuck, man. All right.
Kill it.
No, man. Tell this
Eat
one to
its
teach the other
palms.
one how to talk. I want a talking hand.
Eat it.
All right. All right.
Wonderful.
Are you guys hearing the chittering sounds?
Yeah.
Nope.
I'm hearing the chittering of the hands.
I hear.
Well, they're
no
localized, so it'd
sounds.
probably be like Kreegan and Salvatore hearing it, maybe. So once you get closer to it, you'll hear them make noises.
Yeah. Awful.
That was awful. You should be ashamed.
Thanks, man. Jesus, Salvatore, bro. What the?
My initiative roll has been fantastic last two games. Everything else, not so much.
Well, yeah. Look at
I'm more
that.
concerned about
Most of y'all.
What's our hand doing? Is it just like hanging out by us?
Yeah, it's just following.
Okay. No,
He's a
doesn't.
lover, not a fighter.
Okay.
Did Dahlia want to be farther into the room?
Yeah, I tried, but you were on pause mode already.
Yeah, it's because everybody else kept creeping closer and closer, and I was waiting for you to catch up.
I was trying.
Let's see the weird shit. All right. Oh,
All right, we'll unpause and we'll begin the encounter. Oh shit, I forgot to roll for Argoon.
should have asked the rich lady for some arrows. Damn it.
Hey, rich lady, you got any of those arrows? I'm all out.
I believe in all of you. going ahead. Holy shit.
Dang.
Oh, it just looks really big on the screen. Okay.
This thing's rolled fucking high.
Yeah, it's basically like a large, massive, like,
I got you.
they're normal-sized rats. There's just a huge pile of them that are all just swarming around.
Swarm.
All right.
Swarm of
How much more
rats.
movement does it have?
What the hell's the second thing?
That's a great.
Oh, that's our
song
hand.
by
Okay, I got it.
Salvatore.
All right, so the rats swarm out.
I don't like it. I don't want to be in a swarm.
It's a swarm.
And they will use their swarming bites attack. So each enemy in the swarm must make a basic reflex save. So that's Salvatore and Kreegan. So you should be able to click that basic reflex save.
Ooh, nice.
Nailed it. You did not.
I crit failed. I rolled a 1.
Yeah, everybody should have like 1 hero point to start with.
Yeah, I'm not. Well, it's probably just double damage, I guess. I guess I'll re-roll that one.
6
But that
damage.
still sucks.
So yeah, you take double damage on that guy.
So 12 then.
Yep, you should be able to hit the double button in the middle.
Awesome.
That sucks, bro.
Oh wait, do I take half because I passed?
Yeah, on a success, it's a basic. On a basic save, you take half. So if you get a success, you take half. So you take 3.
Sure. I just clicked the wrong button.
All right, Kreegan. I also need you to make a Fortitude save.
Yes.
Pass that one.
All right, yeah, you see these filthy rats like crawling all over your body, like biting into your flesh, but you don't feel any adverse effects. But beyond them, just like tearing into your like exposed legs and knees and all that. But they're just basically like shredding the flesh off you in like just a voracious manner.
I don't get that back once it's gone. Like these fuckers are fucking up my toes, man.
All right, Argun's just like running along. There's like shelves along the upper wall that have like decorative plates and stuff like that, and it's just running around like trying to throw plates at the rat. It's not really doing much to affect the rat swarm, but it is making a loud clatter and noise. He says, "You foul beasts! How dare you invade this manor? I am its sworn protector."
Argon the Annihilator?
God, it's fucking
Yep.
great.
All right, Salvatore, you've just witnessed some annihilating.
He's just annihilating the cups on those shelves.
Yeah.
I need you to make a Fortitude save against shitting yourself because you're scared.
Do I have to make like any kind of roll to move out of the swarm?
Nope.
Okay.
It would just be if it had a reaction or something, it could potentially do it to you.
I'll move out of the swarm as far as I can
Okay.
over yonder. And then okay, yeah, I'll cast let's do Divine Lance, what we're calling it, the Blade of Abaddon. So whirl his scythe around his head and launch a big green scythe blade out of it. And let's see if we hit this guy. Nice.
All right. So remember, like, this is an alignment-based attack, so it depends on what the thing's alignment is that you're attacking.
Yeah, if it's evil, then it won't hurt him. But so if I'm also evil, will evil damage not hurt me?
It only, like, evil damage only affects good things, and good damage only affects evil things. If it's neutral, it's not going to take anything from either side.
Well, I'll at least give it a shot.
It's kind of rough in this campaign because most things are going to be evil in addition to you, so it's not going to affect a lot of things.
Yeah.
This might not be the best spell for this campaign. But yeah, you're sure you hit it, but it just kind of splashes against the rats and doesn't do anything.
No problem.
The rats are like, we have no moral objection to this.
That's my turn.
If you see my wife, tell her hello.
All right, Dahlia.
All right. Dahlia. Oh, I'm looking at Manny's screen trying to move it around.
I do that all the time.
It's like, why isn't it working?
I like pull my mouse up there to like try and like ping things, and I'm like, wait, you can't see what I click on that screen.
I'll get to right here.
Okay, see a step.
Yep, have a nice step up. And bring out my magic. Time to holler at these fucking guys. As I tend to do. Give it the biting word.
Okay.
That is...
All right, you should be able to target at them. Just press T when you mouse over them. And then just click the attack, and it should automatically compare it to their AC. Nice.
Bam!
Nailed it.
All right,
Hell
go ahead
yeah.
and click damage, and they take double damage from this, I believe.
Yeah, that's huge.
Attack with the wires. You attack with biting words, make a ranged spell attack, deal 2d6 sonic if you hit or double on a crit. Okay, so it's sonic damage, which is great.
What? How did I take damage?
You can click the damage.
You
You're not
click the
taking the
button.
damage. I gotta click the number.
Yeah.
Whoops.
You yelled so loud you heard yourself.
Right. Yeah, I like pop something. I'm like,
Heal yourself one more time.
Yeah.
You gave yourself 8 and only healed 4.
Hey, yeah.
okay. There we go. Sorry, y'all.
All
Well,
right.
take that, rat.
Yeah, you just like scream loudly at these rats, and like the sonic vibrations goes in the pile, and several of them, their heads just explode from like the force of it.
Hell yeah. That is exactly what I fucking do. And it's a 2-action spell. So that leaves me with no actions because I stepped, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. That's it.
All right, Kreegan, you're in the middle of a pile of rats, and several of them just exploded on you.
Yeah, that definitely hurt Kreegan, but now his eyes turn wide as he rages and yells and splashes around at the just like a wide arcing slash at the rats around him to another nat 1.
Oof.
I am going to use the hero point this time.
All right, you
that
should be able
is-
to like right click on it and just say use hero point.
Yeah,
Much better.
that's better. The RNG gods are no longer in my favor. Did it not put the rage on me?
You didn't turn on rage. Did you rage?
I could have sworn I dragged it on to myself, but I guess not. So that would be 6 more, so 18.
All right, we'll go ahead and just re-roll the damage with the rage.
Okay, sorry. There we go.
Should kill it anyway, but I'll see if the resistance applies. I guess it wouldn't matter because the resistance was less than what it had.
Squish.
Yeah, it seems like it applied. Okay, cool. So yeah, we do have that on. Awesome.
Awesome.
Love that feature.
Um,
All right, so
With-
yeah, you just swing your giant blade down and just carve through the rest of the unexploded rats.
and he's like steaming at the mouth as he does it, and then he yells at the other rat swarm in an attempt to demoralize them. So is that a blind check or is that an active check?
You should be able to target them and then just click demoralize, and it should apply it.
Oh, right. I never added demoralize to my thing. 1 second. I'm so sorry. Demoralize. There it is. Drag it onto my bit there. And then there we go. And that didn't work. Okay.
Okay, so I believe demoralize targets a specific creature, so the swarm mine makes it immune to things that target a specific creature.
Right.
So unfortunately, it can't be intimidate. If you had like an AoE intimidate, then that would work on it.
I think that would be what Kreegan would do anyways, just like yelling at it. So we'll just keep it. I mean, it failed anyways, so we'll just say that's what he did.
Yeah.
Let me end my turn. Oh, you got it.
All right, Vorys. Are we blowing our spell on the first attack again? You're muted.
No. Definitely not gonna do that. For also some reason, my Forge is not loading for some reason. I had to reload it, and it's telling me that it's taking a while to reload, and it's giving me a guide to troubleshoot. But basically, I want to move closer to the wall at 25 feet.
Okay.
And then I want to cast Produce Flame on the other rat swarm. I'm pretty sure it's in range if I do that.
Are you just moving in range of the spell, or you just want to generally move closer?
I want to move closer, more towards right about there. Yeah, right about there. And then
Okay.
I want to cast Produce Flame on the rat swarm.
All right, we'll go ahead and click that for you.
Absolutely did not want to use my stupid.
And I'm also gonna reload.
Cast Produce
Forge to see
Flame.
if that does that.
Attack. Miss by 2.
Of course, of course. And then I don't really know much other moves I have. I don't really want to go raging in there for no reason.
Yeah, that's the end of your action because you already moved and cast a 2-action spell.
So I'm just
Okay. All right, awesome. So you fling your flames at and the rats just scatter out of the way. It just kind of splashes across the table, leaving like a little burn mark.
filthy little creatures.
All right, Vida.
All right. I'm gonna start by like squealing at how adorable I think. What's his name? Ahmed the Annihilator. Just gonna lose my shit that there's now 2 like hands in the house. One of them that talks. That's awesome.
Little handsy.
All right.
He says, "Yes, I see. My reputation precedes me."
Yes, love him even more that he's sassy. All right, I'm just gonna roll up to the swarm here, kind of maybe trying to impress the talking hand.
Okay.
Yeah, and I guess I'm just gonna run
So we'll
up.
have you do an attack, and if you hit, we'll do like a performance check to see how like impressive
Ooh,
it is.
Love it. I want him to like me. All right, let's attack some rat swarms here. All right, I'll take it.
That's a hit.
I'll take it. Yeah. I hear him now.
All right. You stab into the rats. It doesn't seem particularly effective. They're kind of too much of a mass for like a small piercing to do much.
Sure.
You like kind of poke one rat, but there's so many rats there that doesn't make too much of a difference. But you can still make your performance check.
I'm actually pretty good in performance. Not gonna lie. How would you like me to do this?
You don't have to do hidden or anything.
All
Just
right.
roll it.
Come on. Ooh, not bad.
Everybody will obviously know how well you performed.
Not bad. Feel pretty good. Dramatic pose after stabbing at nothing.
Yeah, he says, "Good effort, young lady. Perhaps with a little more practice, you'll be able to actually, annihilate that swarm."
Hopefully one day. All right. Big move. Stab. All right. Feeling a little self-conscious. Feeling like I could do better. I'm going to take one more stab at it.
Okay.
All right. Come on.
Yeah, you're just stabbing wildly into the swarm, and they're just kind of shifting around. You're not sure that your weapon's that effective against this group.
I'm just trying to impress the hand, so that's my thing. All right, so move, double stab. That's going to be it for me.
No.
All right, now it's the rat's turn. I guess they will just swarm forward.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus, I could have made that easier on him.
And then they will swarming bite you twice, because they got 2 actions. So go ahead and make 2 reflex saves.
Ugh. All right. Come on. Yeesh.
Success and failure. So you take half damage from the first one and full damage from the second one. Wait, is that a crit failure? What is the DC? That is a crit failure.
Ooh, no.
Wait. No, wait, I'm looking at the wrong number. I was looking at their D6.
Ooh. Right.
Yeah, that was just a regular failure. So half damage and full damage, and they rolled 6 on both. Wow, that's amazing.
Half damage, full damage. Okay. I'm gonna regret
you think
my
about your
choice.
dress that you just got like brand new and fixed just has a bunch of rat holes chewed in it now?
Kind of the least of my concerns right now. I feel like I didn't impress the hand very much, and I am hurt pretty bad. So, not all in all a great use of my time here, but that's what I get when I'm a caster who's playing melee for the first time. So, that's going to be it for my turn. And,
all right.
yeah, more rats. Cool.
Those rats are dead. Is there a particular reason we have these area of effects on the ground?
No, I fucked up.
Salvatore was like, I clicked something, I don't know how to do it.
Alright, so Argoon's just skittering along. No, I am drawing circles, damn it. Argoon just continues rolling along the wall and just like grabbing plates and trying to throw it at the swarm. He says, "Don't worry, young lady, I will protect you. Eat the hand of annihilation!" And it just throws like a plate and it smatters on the ground.
I'm like, dodge out of the way. I don't feel very good.
Alright, Salvatore.
So if I shoot something into this swarm, is there a chance that I'll hit Vida? Like if I
not really, no.
No? Okay.
Aim low.
That's not really a mechanic in this game. Unless you threw like an area of effect, then it would hit her if you threw the area and also included her in that space.
Please don't do that.
So I'm gonna cast Admonishing Ray, so I'll raise my scythe high up in the air and call out Urgathoa's name super loud, Urgathoa, and bring my scythe down. And then like a big, giant, glowing, like fly comes buzzing out in the direction of the swarm.
Nice, that's a hit. Go ahead and click cast on the spell too, just so it links in chat.
Sorry.
And the folks at home can see it. Ray of energy bludgeons your target.
Woo!
Nice.
Admonished.
Yeah, so this big fly just like manifests out of your scythe and goes over and just like belly flops in the middle of the rats.
And it is bludgeoning damage if that does anything extra to
Squish.
a swarm.
It does do extra in that it's not resisted.
Oh, nice.
So that annihilates most of the swarm. There's like a few rats just kind of barely hanging on at this point. And let's see. So that was 2-action cast. Are you gonna do anything with your 3rd action?
Yeah, I'm gonna cast guidance on who's let's see, Kreegan will probably be up next.
Okay.
No, it's me, I think.
You want it on Kreegan or Dahlia?
Whoever's going to attack the swarm next, and
It's me, I'm next.
yeah, I'll give it to Dahlia.
All right.
It's me.
All right. What do you say to guide her?
May the hand of Urgathoa guide your next actions.
Thank you. No, she's.
Her table.
I will kill him for Urgathoa. All of them.
Kill
How do
it
you
for
feel?
me.
Urgathoa's power surging through you as it's your turn, Dahlia.
Love feeling power, she does.
Help me out, girl. I need a tetanus shot.
Hey. Hit.
What do you? Oh, phase bolt. Okay.
Yeah. She screams, and the phase bolt goes right through Kreegan and smacks into the rats.
All right, go ahead and roll damage on that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nice.
Target circumstance AC, reduce bonus. Doesn't do anything resistance. So your bolt kind of slams into where the rats are, but it doesn't seem like it's enough to affect the. It seems like they're resistant to the piercing damage that it deals, and it doesn't do enough to bypass their resistance. So they just kind of swarm out of the way as the bolt kind of like splashes against the ground.
Well, she'll swear at them. They have no resistance to that.
So when you do your attack roll, you should have an option to click the guidance when you're doing it, so it should let you use it, because otherwise it just doesn't do anything for you. Because it just basically gives you a +1 in your next attack, so like in the future, if you see the guidance, you just gotta click the check thing on it.
Okay. I think that's all I got, so that's all I'm gonna do.
Alright, you got one more action, so you could throw something out if you got a one action. Throw a nudge fate or whatever you got.
Yeah, I'll get a nudge fate on the Kreegan.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, let's do it on Kreegan.
Okay,
Nudge
go ahead.
fate.
Go ahead and click cast on that.
All right.
Kreegan gets nudged. Now it's Kreegan's turn. So how do you nudge his fate? What does that look like?
Her eyes glow yellow, like a nice bright yellow. She pulls the dice out of her pocket and kind of rolls them around in her fingers and points at Kreegan. Oh, my special ball.
So Kreegan, you feel like a special boy now. What are you gonna do?
Kreegan is going to use all of that power and bring the sword down on, well, I guess it's still a wide part. So, strike.
Yeah, see? It worked.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's more than enough damage. Do you have
Wow,
a
holy
flesh?
shit, yeah.
Use the flat part of your sword just to smush them.
Yeah, that's all he's doing. He's just doing a wide, just knocking as many of them as he can, like a fly swatter.
Yeah, you see him like crawling up Vita's legs, and you just swing wide and smack it off. Like you kind of panic for a moment, thinking he's going to take your leg off with this swing.
Oh, I
But
definitely.
it's just precise enough.
It's not that I don't think he was gonna hit me. I just don't want to get splattered by something like the front row of Gallagher. So I'm gonna like try to turn like as best I can to at least like take it on the back.
You do one of those, like, you like do a backflip as the sword's going right under you.
Sure. I was like, I don't have the agility to really do that. I went in on charisma, so I could tell you a hell of a story about how that didn't happen. But yeah, I was gonna cower in, just I guess take a bunch of rat, God knows what, all over the back of my dress.
Awesome.
You just got like rat brains and guts on you.
Yeah.
All right, so combat ends, and Argoon hops down off the shelf onto the table.
Dainty.
He says, "Well, thank you, kind strangers. What can I do to thank you for such a aid in this matter? These creatures have been swarming out of the basement for days now, and this has been their most devastating push yet."
Dahlia walks over to the pile of rats, reaches down and grabs one and bites its head off.
He says, "Oh, okay. Well, we have a kitchen. There's probably more appetizing things you could be putting in your mouth."
She's fine.
She's fine. Yeah, she says.
Yeah, she's good.
She confirms it.
You got the deed, Vorys. You got the deed. Show the hand the deed. We live here now.
We're all bros. Show him the deed, bro. I thought I had the deed. I don't have the deed.
No, I gave it to Vorys because Kreegan thought I should have it, and no.
You're like, I don't want the black materia. Get it out.
I just don't want paperwork, dog. Look at this dress. Does this look
Give
like
the
the kind of,
document.
does not have a silhouette that allows for like paperwork and cumbersome. I'm here to be seductive with a bunch of people who ain't
There's
gonna
no
care.
ink in here.
All right, so Vorys, are you pulling out the deed to show him?
Oh.
Hello? Hello? All right. Can you hear me?
There you go.
All right. Yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and pull him out. I don't feel like we should have to do that, but sure. Why the hell not?
He says, I see you are the new owners of this estate. Well, I am the current caretaker. My name is Argoon, the Annihilator.
I've seen you've seen better days.
What do you mean?
Was there always this much of you?
Oh, yes, I had a body at one point, but that was... He kind of is trying to, like, count on his fingers, but he does only has so many fingers. It's like, it was a
He kinda,
long
like,
time
flops,
ago.
He kind of, like, flops to the ground as he's counting, like, 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, flop.
It just, like, rolls over on its back, and it's like,
Does it want a belly rub? Like, is that like poor form?
I don't mean to be rude towards you, Argoon. It's been quite a day, and I'm not in the best of moods. You say these things have been coming out of the basement?
He says, yes, they have a nest down there. These foul beasts trying to befoul this manor. It's hard enough to keep this place clean without the rats swarming all over the place.
So what you're saying is you need us to go in the basement to finish this off.
I don't need you to do anything. If you would like to go in the basement, that would be helpful.
Well, are you gonna stay? Are you gonna stay when we take over new ownership of this? Or are you just gonna? Oh, well, I guess I'm done here now.
Well, that depends. Would you like to make use of my services?
Oh, of course. It seems you've already gained one fan in our midst.
I'm gonna like wave to him.
Like, hello.
All right, if you guys like, you can try and like make an impression with diplomacy or use intimidation to demoralize him to sort of show him how tough you are. You
If
can even, like,
anybody
try and best him in a challenge of strength.
anybody
athletics.
demoralizes him, I'm gonna be mad at you.
I would love to try to make an impression on this guy.
All right.
As a
course.
private roll? Yeah, I don't know how good I did, right?
You know how well you talk to the guy.
Oh, okay.
Vorys did pretty good.
Generally, the secret checks are just for like knowledge type checks that were like I could potentially give you false information if you rolled bad. Is the only reason we do those secretly. Or like perception, you could potentially not know whether you saw something or not. Or like stealth, you don't know how stealthy you're being. Those are pretty much the only ones you do as secret checks.
Vida got a 22.
Charming
diplomacy.
It's so
son.
great that Vorys and Vida both like we're the ones interacting with the hand, and we got the exact same.
All right, so what are you saying to impress this hand?
I'm not really saying anything. I'm just kind of letting our actions speak for themselves.
And
Kinda-
while you all talk to the hand, Kreegan's gonna go to Salvatore for some treat wounds.
Talk to the hand, bro.
I know. I was like, God, this is 1996. I promise you, that will not get old quickly. Talk to the hand.
So what does Vida say to the hand?
Just, it's great to be in the company of such an accomplished caretaker who I feel is perhaps maybe underutilized in his role within this organization, and that we would be glad for them to stay on, and if they could teach our hand, or at least kind of provide a way of communications, that would be great.
You see the hand kind of quiver in a way that almost you think if it had eyes, they would be like swelling up super big and like tears would be forming when you mentioned that they're like underappreciated. Like,
oh God,
I feel
you
so
understand.
seen right now.
You
You understand the hard work that I put into this place every day.
High charisma. Yes, this place looks great. I know you're a little short-handed. And
He says, "We don't appreciate the hand puns."
sorry.
Yeah,
my
one is
apologies.
okay.
My
Two is
apologies.
excessive.
Yeah,
sir.
last one. I'm sorry. But you know, we're here to help you help us, and you know, we're in the good graces of the Bloodlord, obviously. How many rats do you think are down there? Like,
He says, "Well, these are the smaller ones, the babies that have come up for food.
oh
There's
shit.
much larger ones down there. I tend not to go down in the basement myself.
Are
There-
you for real?
There's all sorts of chittering and scritching and scratching that comes from down there. If
Okay.
you look to the north here, you can see that there's like a spiral staircase that leads down.
Hey,
Like over where Salvatore is, you see like a little sitting room that has a fireplace.
Okay.
Over
And-
here, there's like a doorway that leads to some more doors.
God knows
Down here,
what.
there's a big double door.
and then
Like when he mentioned the kitchen earlier, he was kind of indicating this direction that down here was the kitchen.
all right,
If
so
we barricade the door, then we don't have to do anything ever again.
no,
And they'll
we're getting
starve
this.
to death.
We're getting this done today.
What?
Like
Yeah, this is
we're
our
not
house, so
moving into this house and having rats. Like this thing is
Yeah.
good. I'm not the most motivated individual, but I'm no. All right, Argon. Anything else aside from the rats that we new to this partnership should know about the house?
He says, "Well, the floor up here is relatively secure. It was just those rats coming up from the basement. If you want to rest and recuperate between that combat, you're surely able to.
The melee.
I haven't explored the basement in a while since the master has gone.
Can we ask what
But,
happened to them?
That's a conversation we're all gonna sit down by the fire, have a drink, and
Interrogate
discuss.
the.
I'm not I'm curious. I'm flirty. I'm trying to show interest in what they know. Like twirling my
It's
hair.
kinda like-
So what happened to the last guy?
Instead of like putting the plastic bag over for torture, you put a glove on it.
Or just put like a jar over him.
Get in this plastic glove.
Turn a big bowl over. All right, let's not
let's see,
waterboard the hand.
Pull out a stapler and it's just like one finger to the table. Pa!
Just a
Also,
hammer.
He says, "Well, I'm not sure what exactly happened. One day the master became distraught and left the house, and after that he never came back."
Did you do something?
Went out for cigarettes and just never came back.
He was an
Happens.
interesting sort, always sketching different pictures of various places.
You knew my dad?
So was it the master that painted these pictures?
Yes, he painted those landscapes. He did a lot of his sketching in the sitting room over where your vampire friend is.
Yes, I saw some of the paintings you did in the foyer. I'm quite a fan. I might take one of those for my new room.
He says, "Yes, there's an interesting pool in the basement of intestines that he was able to look into and see distant landscapes, and he used that for his sketchings."
So he was a seer of sorts.
Ooh, Dahlia's interested all of a sudden. Do I know anything about?
Basement out. Okay.
Now I want to go look.
Typical.
I want to hang out with the hand.
I want to hang out with the guts. I want to see if I can't see what he's seeing.
Yeah, Dahlia, you can make like an occultism check to see what you know. Make it a blind GM roll.
All right. Blind GM roll. And an occult check? Occultism?
Yeah, occultism.
Let's see here. Where'd I go?
I don't think you have a lore that would apply. What lores do you got?
Fortune telling lore, actually. So
Oh shit, that's exactly what you want.
Nice.
You can roll that.
Yeah.
Blind GM roll.
Being weird
right.
pays off. I love you, buddy, but being weird pays off for you finally.
Yeah, dude. Here it is. About goddamn time.
Don't roll a 3.
It's your time. You only get one shot. Or two if you use it here.
Wow.
Something mom's spaghetti.
All right, so yeah, you've heard of things like this. They're like basically called a scrying pool, and they use different substances. Sometimes they're just like a pool of water or like a thick sort of oil or something that's been treated. This you've heard of like people that you've worked with using like pools of intestines to sort of like basically kind of it leeches the life experience of these things and sort of like gives visions of like faraway places.
Interesting. I
It
really
sort of
want
like
to go
taps
see.
into they're just like writhing pools that never seem to rot and decay. Just seem to keep moving even though they're not like attached to any like living form anymore. It's just a bunch of intestines in a giant trough basically.
Barf. Triple barf.
That's
Okay.
fucking cool. She's like, everyone come with me. I want to get down there.
She's like dragging us down the stairs now. She's
Yeah.
I'll take us down there.
She's got Vorys by the arm. Come on.
All right. I don't know the etiquette with disembodied hands, sort of. I'm gonna like stick my arm out and see if Argoon wants to like come with us.
Like a hawk? Like you're just gonna like put
It's
an
like
arm
majestic. I don't want to put him on my shoulder like a monkey. I feel like that's disrespectful. But like things that go on an outstretched arm, like you show respect to, and they are typically pretty fucking badass.
Did you put a glove on? You don't know where that hand's been.
Yeah, you put your hand out and he'll just
He works
like
for me.
skitter up your arm and like kind of perch on your shoulder.
Perfect. Even better.
Secret handshake.
He says, I shall guide you through this house.
We're gonna like ET finger. That's gonna be our thing.
Ooh woo.
Yeah. All right.
There's
I'm good to go in the basement now.
There's a couple secret doors that I've heard about in this place. There's one in the master bedroom and one that exists in the basement I can show you as well.
Perfect.
Oh.
Give us
Check out
the
that basement
tour.
one.
We'll go kill some rats. You show us around. Everything's great.
I remember back when the master was still around, someone stashed a body down there a few years ago.
Dahlia's. I was like, everything he keeps saying, I'm just looking at Dahlia. I'm like,
She's turning jerky now.
Dahlia's like, hell yeah, I get
She's
that
like, yeah.
aged meat.
All right. So you're looking in that room, Salvatore. You see several comfortable chairs face a stone fireplace on the north wall of the room. Countless sketches on dusty parchment lie scattered throughout. Many of them torn, crumpled, and trampled. Broken drawing implements and upended ink jars clutter the top of a writing desk against the west wall. The desk drawer lies in pieces on the floor near the opposite side. This is the desk right over here, you see.
Detecting magic.
I don't think you detect... Yeah, you don't detect any magic in there. But if it's inside something, you wouldn't be able to detect it if there was something in the desk.
Yeah, I'll snoop through the desk.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check.
You got it.
Nice. All right, yeah, you discover there's a secret compartment. It looks like it's like the drawer was kind of pulled out and there's like a hidden compartment inside that you can like pop open. And let me go ahead and reveal what's in that.
Give it the old elbow to the side of the chest, pop it up.
the Fonzie.
He.
Yeah.
Music starts playing.
You find a couple like of vials of mysterious liquid. You're not sure what they do.
Okay.
Ooh, I might be.
Those vials and show them to Dahlia.
She'll take her fingernail and cap the first one and take a sniff. Use crafting for that one.
Beat it.
Yeah, they don't detect as magic as Salvatore's look at them, so you think they're alchemical of some sort. So basically that would be a crafting check to identify. Nice. All right, so one of them looks like it's a ghost ink, and the other one is called Silver Sheen.
Oh,
So the ghost ink lets you like write something, and then it turns invisible, and then you could have some way to trigger it to make it so the writing's exposed again. So it's basically you can write like hidden message type things.
that's cool. And what is the silver sheen?
You slather the silvery paste onto a melee weapon or thrown weapon or 10 piece of animation. Silver sheen spoils quickly, so once you open a vial, you must use it at once, or rather than saving it. For the next hour, the weapon animation counts as silver instead of the normal material.
Oh, nice. I'll stick it in my little potion pouch I got.
So that's helpful for bypassing specific things that have damage resistances and are vulnerable to silver, like a werewolf or something like that.
Yeah.
So you should be able to loot them. There's a loot box in the room that you can drag those into your inventory.
Loot box in the room.
You're in the opposite room that the room is in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's over here.
Yeah, you're over here by me. So.
Oh, oops. All right, there we got a crafting thing.
All right. So is Salvatore exploring the floor, or are you guys heading into the basement?
You muted, buddy.
So, I would like to explore this area more, but the sound of rats in my ears is drawing me to the basement. So,
Also, Dahlia is physically drawing you to the basement.
I think we have to go to the basement, or Dahlia's going to be mad.
Well,
I think Vida also needs some healing if someone wants to throw a heal at her.
I'll
And
throw
this-
something at her, all right.
I got this
Does
ghost
healing
ink you
potions
can
in this
drink.
game? If I break a healing potion on someone, does it work?
I would say the ghost ink I wouldn't mind.
Using a healing person, you're basically like opening the mouth and pour it in if you're doing it to an unwilling target.
Oh. It has to be inside of them.
It's like
Okay,
Cancun
okay.
all over again.
I can't
Yeah.
just douse them in liquid.
There are topical healings, but generally most healing potions don't work that way. There's ingested and there's other stuff.
Oh, dude. Vorys is on his way to finding topical healing potions.
All right, so you heal for
Lobbing-
13 Vida.
Yes. Thank you.
And then
And,
as we descend the stairs, can we take a break?
Yeah.
Is that possible?
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Perfect. All right, we're gonna look at our brand new house, solve the rat problem, befriend yet another disembodied hand. We have 2 of them out of nowhere. All right, it is 8:54. We're gonna take about a 10-minute break. We will be back with the second half of our episode. Thanks for everybody who watched tonight. Also, quick shout out to our good friends Wiley Hobbit and Hey Wilson for checking in. 2 really good friends of mine that I am great to see and happy to see. So everybody else, thank you for watching. We will see you back again in about 10 minutes. See you again. Bye. Boom. All right, we are back after our real life short rest, having inherited a new home, 2 disembodied hands, and a rat problem. We're gonna head to the basement, deal with this as I try to impress the new talking disembodied hand. Does he have a mouth? Like.
It seems like the voice that you're hearing is emanating through like the hollow part of the bones at the top. Did you see on the art? I can link the art again.
Okay.
Like he's got like the hollow point or the hollow. That's kind of where the voice is kind of echoing out of.
So he's like casting a spell from his hand.
I was like, or he's just like in like the wrist part, and he's like yelling up through the. Okay, I got it. All right.
Hello.
Yeah, it's got like a slight echo to it. All right, sorry. Enough about the hand.
All right, and just to let folks know, we have decided to sort of house rule Divine Lance to let it just work on things, so we don't have to. So Salvatore can actually have something he can damage people with as a cantrip.
We want you to feel included.
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right,
Do
so is the
something.
plan to head down to the
Jeez.
basement?
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
All right,
Dahlia will go first
I'm at the
if
stairwell.
everyone's okay with that.
The stone steps in the center of this room spiral downward. They are studded with finger bones, and a railing of femurs offer support.
All right. As I go down the stairs.
I want to follow very close behind Vorys.
That's a lot of finger bones.
I know, dude.
You're going to be saying that a lot.
my god.
I love Vida glowing purple. All right, so let's have everybody make like. Is everybody sort of like in the order they would have gone down?
I would have been more towards the front if everybody's piling in.
All right.
And I
Don't
wanted
move
to
any
be-
farther. Just kind of quickly arrange yourselves how you want to be.
Towards the like this. I'm definitely gonna be last.
All right.
I've
All right.
no. I'm trying to make
I
small
definitely-
talk with the hand.
I definitely think Vorys has the highest AC and stuff, so maybe he would be the actual
Whoa,
one.
whoa, whoa,
Truly.
whoa,
The
whoa,
cop.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Cop,
whoa,
you
whoa,
go
whoa.
first, bro.
All
Thin
right.
blue line, blah de blah.
Into the room.
Guess who's taking a bigger share of loot now? If I.
Well,
Oh no, we're 10% down on loot somehow. I don't know what happened, you guys. This is all we got. Let's split it up.
to be fair, I did offer you the plus. I'm just suggesting that the at the
No,
very
it's
least
fine.
it should be
It's
split
fine.
between Vorys.
I mean, I was already basically the one at the stairs ready to go down. So I mean, I was just retconning it anyway.
The
so.
Urgathoa contingent's gonna be in the back. Talking about how great she is.
Yeah, isn't she? She's just really pallid.
Great, man.
She's so pallid.
All the artwork, striking.
From the waist down. Bony.
Yep. All right. So yeah, let's have everybody make like a perception check real quick. Just see what you see down here.
Okay. Do.
Public or
Blind GM. Perception's usually blind GM.
Yeah, right.
I privately rolled.
All right. So it's eerily quiet down here. You guys are making your way down to a basement area that's below ground. It's all stone tile floor and stone walls and everything like that. You see more open sconces that could hold a torch if you put a torch there. There's no other source of light down here as far as you can tell. So just it looks like Vida has her ever-burning torch on. Kreegan currently has light on him. Did someone cast light on him?
A while back.
Yeah,
Okay.
when we entered the manor, we said that Salvatore would go and cast light on Kreegan again.
He really liked it when his sword was glowing, so I'll make a
Yeah.
sword.
Makes him feel special.
All right.
Little boy.
I guess I'll
The
light
mental
one
edge.
of my torches and put it in the sconce closest to me, right here. Add that one.
Sconcy.
Make
Wow, I just
myself
noticed-
down.
I looked at the lighting thing and I was going to put a torch there, but then I noticed that they already had put torch things there that I could just click and turn on. That's really neat.
Yeah. So I put a torch. I lit a torch and put it there.
Yeah, so it should be providing illumination. So
Yeah.
I see 2 light buffs. Is there someone casting? Yeah, I see Salvatore has one and Kreegan. So Salvatore, you're casting it on Kreegan. Is anybody else casting light on you, or would it just be on Kreegan?
Just on Kreegan.
I
Okay,
can
well-
cast. I can cast it. I think. Hold on. I'm pretty sure I can.
Did you take that cantrip?
I thought I. No. Oh, I don't have it prepared. Nope.
Okay. All right. So you guys, it's pretty quiet down here. It's like sort of eerily quiet, but Vida kind of hears just at the like edge of her senses hears like the sound of like clacking against the stone floor, like something hard, like a bone or carapace or something moving across the floor.
You're in.
Kreegan, with your fancy dark vision, you'd see like this little skeletal creature approaching.
Ooh.
Don't. Like.
Send him to you guys.
Ooh,
Ew, he's got a
What the fuck is going
parasite.
what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Oh,
And he
man.
has like
Like it.
Like
he
worms
has
or
a
something.
mouth too.
I'm definitely gonna yell at this guy.
He turned his
He's giving that mouth, dog.
mouth.
It's like a skeleton with like a creature inside it. It looks like it's all the bones are sort of put back in the wrong order in like weird places, and things are sticking out where they shouldn't be, and there's like a hand where the leg should be, and like it's just all sorts of mess. Like you can see the jawbone is
It's like
kind of
a-
sticking out of the crotch.
It's like a bug Gundam. I don't like this at all. Like, at all.
Mm.
I'm gonna like look at Argon and be like, this is what you got down here, huh? You know how the hell this thing got here?
He says, "Oh, that's worse than the rats. I'm sure you guys will have no trouble fighting that."
I'm sure we'll be fine. I just wanted to know if you knew
So this
anything
is
about
not
this.
like another butler.
He says, "More things have gotten down here since the rats took over than I thought."
Oh Jesus! All right.
All right, is there anything specific people want to do before we roll for initiative, since you kind of noticed this thing approaching?
Yeah. I'd like to cast Nudge Fate on Vorys. And if you would unpause, I will move real quick. You got this, bro. All right.
Don't run now.
All right, well,
Hey,
the spellcasting we'll do as part of the first round of combat. There's generally not like a surprise round. I just want to know a quick prep thing. Because
Oh,
usually
okay.
how quickly you react to something is based on your initiative rolls, how the mechanics are set to work.
Dahlia reacted quickly because of fear. She jumped behind Vorys, and she's looking
Get him.
over his shoulder. Even though she's like, how tall is Vorys?
6 foot.
Okay, I'm like 3 inches taller than him, but I'm still like, I feel more secure.
Yeah, he's definitely a lot bigger round than you
Ugh.
are.
Yeah, absolutely. Quality meat shield.
All right, so we'll have everybody roll initiative real quick.
This is the second
If
time
you were
I've
doing
rolled.
anything, like that's why I was asking what you were doing ahead of time, because that determines what you can roll for initiative. Like if you're sneaking, you can roll stealth for
Oh.
initiative, which is
I get
beneficial
it.
if you're a rogue.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
No, I'm talking
roll
about
stealth for my initiative because I'm hiding behind Vorys.
I'm a big fan of like BSing with skills and being like, well, I was sort of like looking at him with my while I was
God
singing a
damn it.
song. Do I get to roll performance for initiative or that sort of weird stuff?
I'm in the front.
Yeah.
I'm looking, and I still don't fucking go first.
I am both nonplussed about this whole situation, and I'm really enthralled with
Oh, whoops.
Argon, so we're good. I don't like my 6, but I will accept it for a multitude of reasons.
Hate my 8.
I've rolled nat 1 twice on initiative.
All right.
That's a
We know,
strategic last for sure.
All right, Kreegan.
step 1 is rage.
Get down there, bro.
We know it. We know it.
Ooh.
Yeah, you wouldn't have nudge fate on you currently because that was only.
Oh yeah, let me remove that. Sorry. Oh, I think it's already removed.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't reach it, so I'm going to move about. I'll go and move here,
Okay.
and I will ready an action to try. Or
So
wait,
what?
was ready 2 actions to do?
Yeah, ready is a 2 action, and then you
Okay.
can ready and use it as a reaction.
In that case, I will not move. I will. Actually, I will go and move. I'll move here and end my turn there. That way, I can help set up flanking.
Okay.
Possibly.
You have another action. Do you want to say you're readying an aid or something like that?
Could I ready an aid? Would
I mean,
that
it's not a ready. You can say I want to use my action to aid whoever, and then
Oh, gotcha. I will
you
aid.
specify how you're aiding them. Are you aiding an attack or whatever you're aiding on?
I will aid Vorys by basically like hitting at the legs to try to trip to make them,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then basically the conditions would be on Vorys' turn. If he's in melee and you're in melee, you can make an attack roll to give him a +1 on his attack.
Awesome. That works out. Thanks
Alright.
for that suggestion there.
That'll work.
No worries. Everybody forgets the aid action, and it's super useful.
Yeah.
Considering how crits work in this game, every +1 matters. All right, this guy. It sort of clatters forward. It's like you've seen things walk, and this thing is not moving in the way a thing normally walks. It seems like it just has, it's like little tentacles wrapped around the different bones, and it's kind of just moving them like a puppet. It has that sort of like weird puppety jaunt where it just kind of like is wiggling across the ground.
Creepy.
Yeah.
Don't
like it.
marionettes.
All right, and it's going to stab you with a bone spike.
Ooh,
No.
that sounds awful.
Yeah.
That's going to attempt to stab me with a bone spike.
It's going to stab towards you and miss just horribly.
Nice.
Oh, it breaks its own bone spikes.
It's all
Yeah,
kinds
it
of
tries to like
falls
stab you with the spike, but accidentally drops it, and the tentacle kind of just mushes against your arm, and then it like quickly grabs at the spike and holds it again.
This is what I meant to do.
Yeah. Squish.
All right.
Let's hold hands. I'm gonna pick this
And
up.
then the little mouth that's kind of like in the midsection kind of goes out and tries to bite at you as well.
Ugh.
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh, we laughed too hard, y'all.
Nice.
Oh, that one
Hey.
got me.
Strovite.
All right, so yeah, it bites into you. There's a little bit of acid in it as well, so it bites in you, and then like the acid kind of melts into your flesh. So you take 3 piercing and 1 acid.
Ooh.
Ah, it burns.
It's messed up.
All right, that's that thing's turn. Dahlia, so yeah, you just saw this thing like scatter across the ground and just start laying into Kreegan.
Yeah, I'm grossed out by that, by the way.
Yeah, this thing's scary.
Yeah, this is not cool. I'm going to go ahead and launch a phase bolt at it.
Okay.
And I do so by putting my head right next to Vorys' head and scream. Yeah, 17.
That's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage on that.
Boom.
Nice, max damage.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
So Dahlia just like leans in and opens her massive ghoulish mouth and screams right next to Vorys' ear. And this purple dart flies out and pierces into the thing.
Kind of like shudder, like, what the fuck?
And then I will cast Shield as my next action.
Okay. Go ahead and click that, and you should be able to put the buff on you.
Okay, let me do that. Great.
All right.
There we
that
go.
So you should be able to grab the little suitcase that says shield and put it on you. Spell effect shield. There you go.
Cool, thank you.
Awesome. Salvatore.
I will move to here. Oh, maybe. If I click on my tokens. Boom. Why? Oh, the stairs are in the way? Son of a bee.
Yep.
All right, I'll move to there, and I will cast. What is it? Forbidding Ward on Kreegan.
Okay. So go ahead and click cast on that. You should be able to put the buff on Kreegan.
And he'll kind of just like move his hands in the air in like a pattern, and like faint greenish glow will appear around Kreegan.
Okay, so this spell, you're targeting that thing and targeting Kreegan as your 2 targets.
Yeah.
So whenever that thing attacks you, Kreegan, you get a +1 to your AC against it.
Awesome. And if I remember correctly, yeah, it's in my character sheet.
Yes.
Check
Yeah, it should
box.
be like the thing you can toggle, so when it's that thing's turn,
Yeah.
we'll go ahead and toggle that on.
Awesome.
Hey, dog, what you doing with that chain, bro?
Boris is
If it
pulling out
gets
his
a
chain,
third-
apparently.
What you doing
You
with
know,
that
looking
chain,
at
bro?
it, man. Just do doing that Ghost Rider. I'm just swinging a chain around.
If it gets a turn, though,
I was actually looking at how much length of chain I had.
Well, now you know.
1, 2.
Technically, I could hit it with a chain from here. I have enough chain. It's just like,
Simon Belmont it.
Yeah, you know. But I'm gonna go ahead and cast Produce Flame on that, on the creature, whatever the fuck we're gonna call it, the Ostavite.
That thing.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your attack roll. That is a hit.
Nice.
My guy.
All right.
Nice.
Burn. And then I'm going to. Let's see.
So you like cast the flame on your sword and kind of just fling it at it?
Yeah, just kind of like launch it as I'm moving towards my new position of right back here. And that's my turn.
So since that was attack roll, Kreegan could have assisted on that, but it wouldn't have mattered anyway because he hit by enough that another +1 wouldn't do much.
Yeah.
But basically, Kreegan, you were like bumping the thing while he was throwing the fireball at it and just made it so it hit a little harder. Yeah.
Ooh. Oh no.
Are you able to move here? Because this you could technically be flanking if that was something you cared about.
I mean, I have enough movement to move there, so yeah, I could do that. I just
Up to you.
So it doesn't like so basically it has to be like directly in a line for flanking to happen.
For
Okay.
anything like medium-sized or smaller, for larger things it can be a little more winky-wonky because it's got a bigger area to cover.
Okay. So anything small, anything in a 5-foot basic box, it's gonna have to be a straight line.
I don't know where winky wonky came from. That's like the first time in my life I've ever said that.
That's fine.
Hey, dude, I use
We-
I use wonky all the time, dude. So don't even fret.
Yeah, it's fine.
I think I was combining like wonky with like willy-nilly or something like that. I'm not
That's
sure
fine.
where that word came from.
It's immortalized on stream and forever it'll be on YouTube, so you're good.
That's right, man. Winky wonky.
We'll call this episode Winky Wonky.
All winky wonky in the basement. Let's get winky wonky.
All right, Winky Wonk it up, Vida.
I don't want to. I'm. All right. Let's see. Pretty sure I gotta really want it to get there.
That's like all of your movement.
Yeah.
Why does everyone keep leaving me?
Because I have to stab people.
Hide, dog.
I don't get to. I don't get to
hide?
cast anything. I have to stab people, and I'm almost out of arrows. And while I'd like to believe this is the only thing we have to deal with, I don't think that's going to be the case. So I'm going to take. I can't flank either. Out of hell with it. I'm out to impress the hand. So.
All right.
You're like talking to the hand, like, yo,
watch this.
Like, go, noble chariot.
I called you a chariot.
I know, right? But I'm gonna tell him to hold on, and then in like my shrillest high-pitched scream, I'm gonna like just charge over, and really just try.
Xena? You're gonna totally just Xena up in there. Dog?
Like yes, for the most part, I think so. I think that's yeah. I mean, just really not. I'm not messing around. Come on. Oh. I'm gonna clearly miss and kind of look at him awkwardly. Shrug, don't fall. And yeah, I guess I'm gonna. I guess I'm just gonna stab him again.
All right.
Do it again. Do it again.
Come on. Even worse.
Wow.
I'm usually a lot better than this. This doesn't happen often. I've been under a lot of pressure at work.
Yeah, you try to
been a
stab
while
into
since
it,
I've
and like
used
one of
this.
the tentacles just kind of wraps around your sword and pulls it out of your hand, and you're like looking at your hand like, what the hell just happened? And the tentacle hands it back to you.
Oh.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man. I appreciate
Thanks.
that.
This could have been a lot more embarrassing than it already has been, so thank you.
That sucks.
His
All
hand's
right,
never
around the
gonna like me.
corner comes clattering another one.
Oh, fucking hell.
Guess who just got flanked?
And it will try to bone spike Kreegan in the butt.
Oh no.
Not his butt.
Kreegan is being flanked.
Oh.
Oh, he's just
Wow.
about to
Oh,
get
shit.
butt spiked. He's getting butt spiked.
That's
Damn, dog, that's
a
bad.
If you want to
that's,
spend a hero point, you can have him re-roll that if you have a hero point still.
Did we get one from the break?
Sure.
No, you used it to fight
Everybody
the
can have a hero
rats.
point. Why not?
You used it to fight
I
the
will
rats.
go and do that. 'Cause,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go ahead and re-roll that.
Steven, already slightly concerned with the direction this is heading.
I mean, he was about to get butt
It's
spiked.
still a crit.
dog, so-
Shit.
Dang it.
That's so rude.
Oh, that's brutal.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
That's
Oh,
brutal.
that's brutal, dude. Oh my god.
I have 1 HP.
Whoa, wow.
Well,
Oh my.
unfortunately, it also does 1d or 2 times 1d4 bleed.
But that only happens at
Fuck!
the end of
Wow.
that and bleed damage only bleed only happen at the end of the turn.
Yo, that bug
My
just
turn?
said this is gonna hurt you. Worse than it's gonna
This
hurt
is written
me.
weird on the sheet. I'm gonna look it up in the book and just see if it's supposed to be persistent. I think it feels to be like it's supposed to be persistent damage. It's written as flat damage on Foundry for some dumb reason. Actually, it wasn't. Like I clicked the macro and it just typed that in chat as opposed to even rolling anything. So I'm not even sure what it's telling you.
Gotcha. Because the only reason I say that I've never seen the bleed be like part of the damage, but
It
I guess
happens.
that-
Like the rats did, or whatever that was, did acid. This thing did an acid damage with its bite. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And it wasn't persistent acid, which sometimes happens.
They
Basement.
just got really sharp teeth, and they cause you to, you know. It's
I mean,
a
my
clean
man really
wound.
got you like in the meaty part of the cake,
Ah, it's a
man.
clean. It's a clean wound. It's bleeding good.
yeah,
Ah!
yeah. My man got you clear in the butt cheek, bro. Like all the
Yeah.
way to a nerve. Ow. Fuck.
That's a painful one there.
Yeah, bro. Like I'm gonna look back at Salvatore.
Okay, yeah, it is persistent bleed damage. All right.
Ooh.
Awesome.
Oof.
So that's
I don't get
that's
to
a problem
go
for
with-
future you.
Oh
That's
no,
a
it's a problem for him now too.
Yeah, that's a problem for almost dead you to come.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that leaves me with 1 HP.
All right, that was its first attack.
God.
Fuck.
No.
That's okay.
That's right.
I
It's
am
got
not
moves
worried.
and multiple attacks. It's about to fuck your world up.
I am not worried. I have
It
a
just
certain
so happens to be
Urgathoan priest on my
wandering-
side.
Just
All right.
wandering right in front of the house is Deegan,
Jesus.
Kreegan's brother.
Yeah.
Ooh, hits by +2, all because of the rage and the clumsy.
Yeah. Well, it's okay because orc ferocity.
I
you
can't
don't
wait
need
for
that there,
Kreegan.
Chief.
That's the one I want.
Not the next one. The one after that's gonna be great.
Wait. I
Yeah,
have to-
Tugan sucks. Nobody likes
Yeah,
Tugan.
dude was weak. That guy's a dick. 3 hits life of the party.
Yeah, 3 against 2 we got.
Fuck yeah.
Forger knows me some money, so can't wait till we get to him.
All right, so I think that takes you down.
No, because orc ferocity. So I give it the middle finger. I say I'm ferocious. I get my once a day
No,
orc ferocity.
No, you should just go down and let the other one go. Ah, I guess he did it. I guess he did a good
No.
butt spiking.
No, because if I go down, I can't use my rage again for. I think it's.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
stay
yeah.
angry, homie.
You're-
Stay angry,
yeah,
bro.
Roger. yeah,
Yeah.
Does rage say
So-
it goes away when you go unconscious?
It does.
yeah,
Okay.
So
yeah. It drops it automatically.
I think I can at least get 1 turn, and the persistent bleed will take me out. But at least I'll get 1 turn full rage, flanking one of them. So.
Alright, you need to kill that one in between me, you, and
I mean,
Vorys.
he's about to die because the other one's about to attack him now.
Yeah,
Too.
the third one appears.
Are you fucking?
Oh man, there's another one.
Oh shit!
Are you serious? Oh my god, we're out.
Bro, this is the worst house ever.
Yeah.
It'll
I'm
run
gonna
over
fucking-
here and try to bone spike Vida.
Oh, cool, that'll go great.
Bloodlord.
I got nothing. Oh god, Jesus, please.
No.
Oh,
I'm afraid, y'all. This is bad.
saw this coming. I deathly terrified.
If you got hit with what Kreegan
Yeah,
got hit
that's
with,
what I'm
you'd
saying.
be smoked.
Yeah.
You'd be smoked.
Yeah, this thing sort of just like ambles its way around the corridor, like barely being able to walk and just kind of shuffling and charges at you. It just kind of spears the ground in front of your feet.
Okay, that's fine.
Kreegan, Blaze of Glory it.
All right, buddy.
Yep. So unfortunately, I will say Orc Ferocity doesn't just have a button that I can press to reduce it, so I just moved it manually to 0. Anyways, I'm going to attack this thing. I got flanking. He's Blaze of Glory in it. Hopefully, we'll see how it goes.
How bright will you blaze?
Okay. Whew.
Flat-footed.
Thank God.
Flat-footed.
Thank God.
Yeah.
God.
So 14 to it.
Let's see, did you increase your wounded condition when you ferocitied?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Okay.
Hold on a second. How do I do that?
What the hell's going on all up there?
There we go.
Oh,
There,
I got
beat
it
me
on
to
there.
that's dope.
Yeah. All right. So there's that one. I will do a second attack against it.
I think it's probably having a bad time right now.
Thank God.
All right, so this one. Just a second. Does it get small? No, it stays the same size. All right.
What?
So you basically like shatter the bone frame that's holding the thing up, and the little creature kind of flops down onto the ground, and it uses its scuttle away reaction to get the hell out of danger.
Oh no! I
So
don't like scuttling and skittering.
So I got a quick question. How do reactions and stuff work in this?
Basically, the reaction will like this specific reaction. See, it says trigger and effect. When the trigger happens, it gets to do its thing.
Bone
happens immediately.
Chariot.
It's basically like how 5e does reactions.
The thing
Okay,
has.
so basically,
So like when you're like
if-
readying an action, you're basically like saying, okay, when this thing gets in range, I'm gonna attack it. And that's your trigger. When that thing gets in range, you attack it. So basically, you
Okay,
set up the
alright.
trigger for your reaction, and then it goes off like when that thing
So
happens.
you have to set it up like if anything runs away this turn, I strike it before it runs away.
You have to declare
Yeah,
it.
unless you have opportunity attack. I think you can probably get that at like 6 or something.
I think I get it. Yeah, later on I get it, but
Yeah.
I don't think I have it right now.
Yeah, fighter's the only class that starts with it. It makes it easier to like maneuver in combat now because a lot less things have an opportunity attack. I feel like that was a big hindrance in previous systems where everybody would be locked in place because they'd be so afraid of opportunity attacks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so that thing skitters away as its reaction. So now it's the rest of your turn, Kreegan.
I will attack this one in front of Vida.
Thanks, Hammy.
Yep. Hopefully it
Help me
scutters
out.
away to.
You have any
Fingers
potions on you?
crossed.
You could potentially heal
No,
yourself.
I looked. I don't.
Nice.
At least I hit it. That's
Although I
big.
think it's like a manipulate action to use a potion. I don't know if you can do that while raging.
It's concentrate actions that I can't do while raging.
Hmm.
I think I can do manipulate because that would be like tripping is. No, tripping's not.
Well, I know you can't like intimidate without the feat, which seems real weird because if you're mad, you should be able to intimidate things. But I don't know.
Yeah. But 19 damage to it.
Nice.
So you hit this one.
Yes.
Yeah, that one.
All right.
Skitter. Nope.
Yeah, this one you shatter as well,
Oh.
and it reacts and skitters away.
Skitter on out of here. You hear?
Oh man.
Don't skitter this direction.
No,
It's
no.
like
Hey,
it's
hey.
like pinned. It's trying to escape. It doesn't know where it's going. It's dumb.
Do not go upstairs.
Don't come
And
over here.
since I'm going to try to intimidate. I'll try to intimidate the one that just ran away. I'm sure they're immune, but I'm gonna try because I don't really have anything else.
Can you smash the room?
You can
But
aid.
thing is, a -10,
Yeah.
I'd have to like roll like a 20. And aid wouldn't work because I will be dead at the end of my turn.
Oh shit. Okay.
As soon as this action goes off, I'm basically dead. So,
Come lay at my feet.
yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna try to intimidate it.
Okay.
Boom.
Nope.
And that's not gonna get it done. That's a 2. And I take whatever persistent damage. So there I go. I'm in.
It just kind of chitters at you in a weird alien way. And you hear like the bones sort of clacking in its little mouth, just making sounds. Like it doesn't even understand what you're trying to do.
Gross. I don't like this at all.
Then bleed still affects me while I'm unconscious, correct?
Yeah, it should automatically happen when you end your turn.
Awesome. Let me hit that button. Yeah.
Balls.
Oh, you got to click the roll. I thought it did it automatically. You got to click roll recovery just to see if you can still recover it even though you're bleeding to death right now.
Oh,
Nope.
cool. I rolled a 3 though.
You could have. You did.
Well, at least
but
you can't
could've.
critically fail like a flat check, even though it says critical failure. All right, so you're unconscious, currently bleeding out, wounded, or you're dying.
Jesus.
You're wounded once. You're dying 2, I believe.
Bleeding out of your ass too, because that's where you
Yeah.
got stabbed.
Well, would I be dying 2? Wouldn't it just be dying 1?
Well, that's what the wounded does. Is the wounded increases your dying when you die. It's why you keep getting up and down. You keep getting more and more wounded, where you eventually just die instantly when you get knocked out.
That's right. I would, for whatever reason, I was thinking it got set to the wounded condition, not 1 plus wounded condition. But yeah, that makes sense.
You have so many little icons on your icon.
Yeah, bro. It look like a Wrath of the Lich King raid going on right now.
Oh, cool. Where I'm unconscious, all the tokens look really cool now. They look like little portal things.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
The afterlife isn't so bad, y'all. You see what you look like.
That basically means it's things that you can hear but not see. That's kind of like how the line of sight buff works. So like if it was totally dark in here, and if things weren't like stealthing, then you would still be able to see them. I mean, you detect them based on sound.
Oh.
All right. Kreegan falls in a blaze of glory after smiting 2 of the cages around him.
Nice job, buddy.
Yep.
I'm proud and I'm sad.
This guy's gonna
too.
continue skittering around the corner.
Yeah, you skitter on out of here.
Yeah, you
Skitter,
skitter,
But we still haven't
skitter.
seen Rat 1 down
Adam.
here. We came down here for rats, found whatever the fuck these things are. We still have a
Yes.
rat problem.
Yeah,
You want the rats to join?
No, just
No.
saying. Like, our list, just our to-do list for this free house. Like, I'm not gonna yell at her because she is a blood lord, but
real
like,
fixer-upper.
I do feel like some type of way.
The
Well,
to-do list is
You knew
growing.
you were gonna give
You
us
got
this
this house. She knew
yesterday.
she'd have to pay people to go clean it out, or she could have given it to you and have you clean out your own house.
She
That's
could
basically-
have sent somebody as while we were at the farm. I'm just saying.
You are the somebody she sent. This
To
is
the
your
Yeah,
job
we
now,
are.
is to clean this house.
Yeah.
I guess it's ours, so I guess it's not that bad. But still, I don't like.
At
it.
least we get to keep it at the end, and we're not just doing it for shits and giggles.
All right, fair. We didn't get to keep
All right.
the fishery from the beginner box, so I guess.
Right side.
All right,
All right.
Hide it.
This one over here.
Mhm.
That's what I'm gonna fucking do. I'm gonna come over here, and I'm gonna bite it.
Fucking do it.
Hell yeah, brother.
I'm gonna channel Yatuli, even though this thing doesn't really have a face. I'm still gonna give it a right good bite.
Somewhere there's a lizard folk.
It has a
in
face. You
Icewind
look
Dale.
at its crotch, like it's basically like a bunch of eyes and a little mouth.
Oh, that's gross.
Well, I mean, the crotch of where the skeleton was. There's no. It's just a big wormy thing with a bunch
All
of
right.
tentacles at this point.
Nice job.
Yeah.
There you go. You bite some face.
Yeah. Dahlia just reaches right into its pool of tentacles and gives it a gnaw and a worry.
Yeah, this thing without its like skeleton cage protecting it is just total. Really easy to hurt. You see, it takes like twice as much damage from your bite that it normally would have taken.
Nice.
It's like barely hanging on.
Heck yeah, I'm gonna bite it again.
Nice. Bite it up.
See if you can just slam it on
Do
the
it.
ground. Just throw it down real hard.
Yeah. That is always an option.
Pour some salt on it.
You know what? That isn't. I'm going to take my claws this time for the sake of variety.
Okay.
Mm.
That's a good idea anyway, because your claws have agile, so there's less of a map on them.
Yeah, I noticed that. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll do that.
All right. Fortunately, it still misses.
Damn it. Oh, well.
Its little tentacle-y form is just like weaving away from your attack.
And that's all I can do, because I moved to get over here.
All right, Salvatore.
I'm gonna cast the turn casting of harm on Kreegan.
Okay.
That is very much appreciated.
Yeah, dog, because you're not dead.
How do I?
If you click cast, it should have like a 2-action one. So harm versus undead, you'd click, and then click the healing. Nice.
Awesome.
15.
And then that increases my wounded condition, correct?
Yeah, you had wounded 1, so you come back at wounded 2.
Awesome. So remove dying. I will add wounded.
You should be able to just like click on the left click on the buff thing, and it goes up.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was just making sure everything got set properly.
Okay.
So unfortunately, I'm not raging and I can't rage. So my damage is going to be like half. But
You're
Are you like fatigued or anything when your rage falls off, or?
no, that's there's a feat that allows you to rage a second time, and that's the one that fatigues you if you use it. That's a higher feat than what
After
I
you stop
currently can do.
raging, you lose your remaining temporary hit points from rage, and you can't rage again. Okay, you just can't rage again. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's called it's a second level feat that allows you to rage again, and it will make you fatigued if you got to wait 10 minutes to rage again for that one. Or yeah, but you can't rage while fatigued in any case.
All right.
Man, too tired to be mad.
Yeah, I am still prone though.
Yep.
And then I'll use my last one to cast Urgathoa's Guidance on Vida.
Ooh.
She's in range.
Did you just edit the name of your spell?
Yeah.
Nice. Just put Urgathora before all your spells.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna do Urgathora's medicine check on you.
Well, now instead of Divine Lance, you have Urgathoa's Lance of Death.
Oh, I just called it the Blade of Abaddon.
Oh yeah, that's right.
All right, so what do I get? Divine Guidance.
You get some guidance.
All right, totally cool.
All right.
With it.
So
Love
that
it.
was that's all your actions. Vorys.
So, let's see. And then that one that ran down, it got away from me. I take it, didn't it? I can't.
I mean, you can
know what I
follow it if you want.
Well, I can't. I don't have dark vision or anything like that. So, and I know we'll take an action to light a torch and everything like that. So, let's see.
You have human vision.
Yeah, I'm very limited in what I can do. So,
Same,
you
bro.
know, it's
Same.
target this guy, and it's gonna be what the hell? We'll probably end up going with the produce flame again, because why the hell not?
Okay. Just so you're aware, it does have cover because you're shooting through Kreegan from where you currently are.
Even if he's prone.
There's this other guy over here.
Yeah, I was about to say, isn't he laying on the ground?
Oh yeah, he's prone. He wouldn't provide cover.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Good point.
He's
Just
unconscious
go over
on
his
the
belly.
ground in a pool of his own, bodily fluids.
Whatever happens to orcs when they die. Again.
They shit themselves like anyone
yeah.
else.
Alright, so we'll go with that, and flick. Nope, I don't. Oh shit. Yeah. So not work? Oh, that's his.
Just go ahead and click cast on it, and it should put it in chat, and you should be able to click it from there. Ooh, natural one.
Womp.
Oh, you can hero point it maybe.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that.
Yeah, if you just right-click on it in chat, and it should say reroll using hero point. If you right-click on the text box.
Yes.
That's a hit.
Much
All
better.
right.
Five damages.
Take it.
Burn.
The creature just squeals inside its cage as it burns a little bit.
Gross.
No empathy for it.
Yeah, no.
Take that.
Nope, no empathy, no empathy.
Trespassing.
And then I guess I'm gonna move.
No one's
There.
gonna.
This is my last action.
Okay. Vida.
To make it to flanking with Kreegan, do I have to do anything funky?
You can do something funky if you want, or you can just walk through Vorys.
Okay. I'm gonna like moonwalk and do a little like pop and lock as I kind of make my way by, still trying to impress the hand.
Just mechanically, there's an action called tumble through that basically you'd make like an acrobatics versus their like reflex DC, and that's how you'd move through an enemy if enemies were totally blocking you.
Okay. But I'm guessing the way it kind of moved me, it was like around Vorys, and then, you know, when I passed, I give you the ass or the crotch kind of a thing. Excuse me. All right, I'm gonna swing by. Hopefully, I've impressed the hand. And
Excellent moving mount.
mount. I like chariot better.
Did we just go nuts to butts? Is that
We acknowledged that it was going to be awkward, and we did our best to make it not awkward. It was still weird, but we did our best.
we did our best, sir?
Nice.
Ooh.
There you go.
Oh,
All right. Mount.
Nice poke.
Yeah. All right, so I got that. I really don't have a lot of options, do I? I don't think I can yell at it. All right.
I mean, if you're curious of what it's resistant or immune to, you can always do a recall knowledge against it.
Nah. We're just gonna cast stab again. Come on, baby.
All right.
Big number. Like it.
Hell yeah.
Finding my form. Stab.
Okay.
And then
Yeah, you're just piercing right through the spaces in the rib cage and stabbing the creatures that's trying to like hide up inside the body cage.
And then if I use my third action to aid Kreegan, is that by...
Well, you've moved and attacked twice, so I think that's all your actions.
Oh, yeah, I did move. Okay, so no, that is for me. I'm still going to, like, non-mechanically, like try to distract it.
Oh, that was muted, sorry. So first thing... Oh, wait. It's the other people's turn, isn't it? My bad.
Yep. Which
God
one is
damn it.
that?
Which one's this?
Oh,
The
this
one
is this
by
one.
me, probably.
The one in the middle.
Oh, okay.
Oh, cool.
Who's it gonna attack? We'll roll a d3 and see. It'll attack Vida.
I have a
Just
feeling
stabbed
that's...
it.
I have a feeling that's me.
Yeah, me too.
I was 1 or 3 depending on how you go. All right.
Alright, so it tries to stab its bone spike into you.
That's fine.
It's like, if you're gonna go ask me, I will use
That's
that. I abandon that, whatever I was just trying to do.
I pulled the ripcord. I got out as quickly as possible.
Right.
Yes.
Back
That's a
out.
miss.
Yes.
Respect it.
And then we'll try and bite. Kreegan.
Vida again. Fuck.
Well, Kreegan has enough HP, I think, to survive at least one.
Damn, bro.
Well, he's prone, so that.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I was like, you got a lot going on. All right.
Yeah, he's got some.
So the thing just kind of
Numbers.
distends from the stomach, and its jaws just kind of wrap around your thigh and rip a chunk out. You feel like the acid kind of burning around the edges of it, and burning into your flesh a little more.
Boing!
Ugh.
And it's got one more action, so it'll just try and bite Vorys as well,
I want you to feel left out, Hobie.
just to pass the love around. Terrible.
Yeah, of course it rolls a crit miss on Vorys.
Well, it had -10.
Respects
Which
his
helps.
authority.
Do I get like a bonus for it, like trying? Do I get to like smack it? No, bad thing. Get.
Sure, but it does no damage.
I just pop it on the nose. Get. No.
It does feel reprimanded.
Yeah,
though.
it feels like admonished. Like, oh, maybe I need to reevaluate my choices in life.
Maybe I need to move out of this guy's basement.
So, Kreegan will stand.
It's not Kreegan's turn yet.
Yeah, you still got one more. The one that's running
It's the
away.
one with 1 HP next to Dahlia.
Damn it. Okay.
Bro, do not let that thing go upstairs.
I'm standing in the way, so.
It's panicked now. It has no more bones to spike you with, so it's just going to try and bite you.
I can respect that. That's what I did. Oh no. That sucks.
For 4 damages.
Ooh.
So it's just like flopping around the ground, just bites at your ankle, tearing a chunk of flesh off.
My
Yeah,
legs. I'm mad now.
Alright, it'll try and bite once more.
This time she just smacks it as it tries to bite her. She's got its pattern down.
And then it'll
Slick.
try to scuttle away.
Oh no! Don't let it up the
That's
stairs.
insane.
I'm gonna try and get him before I can.
Alright, Kreegan.
Okay.
Now you can
Oh,
smash it.
he will stand.
Triumphant.
Yeah.
Will he?
I'm
Or
getting
will you,
big,
like,
getting big
like-
Wesley vibes from the end of The Princess Bride. Like, you look like a badass, but bro, like a stiff breeze could blow you over.
Yeah, I mean, he still looks kind of hurt, but he is he's standing.
Yeah, you're
He's
you're gnarly.
embarrassed. He is embarrassed that he was knocked unconscious.
Yeah, he has
And
wounds that are just dripping blood also, so.
he just grips the sword, and he's not as powerful with his swings. He's pretty, he's all tuckered out, but he's gonna swing anyways at this thing.
Hell yeah.
It's still a hit.
There you go.
Not the best damage roll. That's okay.
Alright,
He
you
will-
smash this thing and like the bone cage just falls apart. I don't think it doesn't it can step or stride. I guess it could step sideways. No, I don't think it can. Yeah, I think it's just pinned.
Awesome. He will swing again.
It kind of like panics and like runs in a circle, like looking at everybody like it can't get out of there.
Uh-huh.
He will be pretty happy seeing it scared. That's some consolation anyways.
Nice.
Crush him. Oh.
I was hoping from the flat-footed bit that it. And that's his turn.
Alright. That one's booked it. Oh wait, no, that's the bleeding damage or Kreegan.
Yeah.
And then make your recovery. Ooh, nice, natural 20.
I still take the damage though, correct?
Yeah. You get
Yeah.
so mad that your blood just stops coming out of your body.
I was like, wow.
Damn,
You just
dude.
auto clot.
That's
You will
incredible.
clot.
Fuck you, platelets.
Damn.
All right, Dahlia.
Alright, it
Can you
is
do
my
1 point of
turn.
damage to this thing before it
Do
gets
not
up the
let
stairs?
this thing go up the stairs, girl. Real talk.
Oh yeah,
It's gonna go shit in your bed, so.
I'm gonna go over here and
It's gonna do
Take
shit in
a
your
claw.
closet.
I like that Dahlia's just like slowly rotating.
yeah, I don't know why that's
twirling.
happening,
There's some combination of buttons that
Ah.
let you rotate your thing that I don't remember. I think it's like
Oh,
shift or
neat.
control or the mouse wheel or something like that.
but do I still have a hero point? I
Do
think
you?
So
Oh, there it is.
I don't recall ever using it.
No, you're
They're on your character
So-
sheet to keep track of by yourself. You have to know whether you have them or not.
Yeah, I do have one right there, and I will take it off of my sheet by using it. I think.
Well, if you leave it on your sheet and then just right-click the dice box and say reroll using a hero point, you can do that.
Okay.
Re-click the little window where it says melee strike claw that you just made in chat.
Let's see. Hmm. Reroll using a hero point. Boom. Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
You've successfully done 1 point of damage.
Thank God.
Yes.
She looks down at it, and her fingernail claws get all extra long, and she just right through the middle of it and sushis him.
Yeah, it's just that like there's no bones or anything. It's just a weird liquids leaking out of it all over your floor.
She's all trying to blow it off of her fingernails.
You're gonna clean that.
So you have one more action. That was a
no,
move
I
and one
will
attack.
not. Okay, then I will put a nudge of fate onto somebody. Let me conduct that. Put a nudge of fate onto who's next in the order here.
If you right-click little cross swords, it should pop out the encounter tracker, and you can see the order.
Salvatore is next.
Ah, okay, yeah. Let's give it to Salvatore then.
What are you gonna do?
Nudge me, baby.
You shall be nudged.
Yeah, but
There you go, dude.
I should have never given you guys the power of rotation.
I know.
I don't
There needs to be like a
understand how to do
specific
it.
setting in the thing where I could turn off rotation.
The whole
You
turn.
should have
dude.
never said
The
shift
whole turn
anything.
we've just been
The
down
second
and
you
just
said
spin
shift
around
do it, I was like, oh, that's what it is.
We were over here dancing.
We've
a
all been
little
doing
bit
just
ago.
spin in a circle your whole turn.
Yeah, I've been watching it happen. I was trying not to distract. All right, go ahead, Salvatore.
I'll move right here. I can see what's happening in this corner. Let's target old Kreegan and do another arm heal. Oh yes, sir. Another 13. Lucky 13.
Who was that for? Kreegan?
And that.
Great,
Yep, that's it. That's it. For,
greatly appreciated. That puts me almost at full health.
all right.
All right. That's Salvatore. Vorys, can you
Alrighty.
finish this thing off?
Absolutely not. I'm gonna run away. This way. No, I'm just kidding.
I've already turned around.
I've already run away. He already has my sword in his hand.
I go out the front door. I just keep running.
I never stop with the key and the deed in my hand. I just go sell it to someone.
It's your problem now. I'm rich.
I'll see you guys later. Bye. We're gonna go ahead and just hit him with the long sword.
All right. Are you gonna spell strike him for style?
No. This little skittering bone spiker.
Remember, you can spell strike with your cantrips too, so it doesn't burn the spell.
Oh, I know. I'm still gonna do enough damage to him, so it's not like.
Yeah, you are. Go ahead and roll damage.
Nice.
Splat. Yeah, once these things are out of the bone prison, they're pretty vulnerable to damage, so you just
Squish.
obliterate this thing. It just pops like a grape when you smash it.
So like all over Kreegan is just like bug splatter.
Kreegan's okay with that.
He's
He's more upset that
swung
he
it
has his
towards him
own
like a
blood
golf
on
ball, like
himself.
golf club.
And, like as I kill it, I'm just gonna look over and goes, "One of these days, you'll kill one of these things."
Kreegan will. He's kind of embarrassed. I'm not gonna lie. He's kind of embarrassed over being knocked unconscious. So he's just kind of like stomps his feet. Like he starts kicking the corpse of it. You know.
We still also have that one that
we got
that ran away. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's down here, right?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, you have the one that ran down south. You notice down this corridor right here, there's two sets of double doors that lead somewhere. Vida, on this side, you notice that there's 4 individual doors down here, and an open doorway right here.
Yeah, I want to kind of peek into
in which you're hearing the sounds of chittering.
Ah, Jesus Christ.
So we might have to reschedule this one, because if this is going to be like a lot longer, I might have to dip out early because I have to be to work.
Well, I was going to call it here since we reached the time we normally end it.
Perfect. Awesome.
I was setting up the surprise if the rats are inside the room.
Oh, thank God it's rats.
Like,
oh, Jesus.
All chicked and stunned.
I just wanted
to...
Thank God there's rats down here.
Thank God. Jesus. I'm like, oh, the other thing that was too big to fit out the door. Cool. All right. So, on a personal note, I had a really shitty day, and this has been an intense, incredible amount of fun. So thank you to our players and to Steven. This was a great time. I know we joked about this being like a HGTV episode, yet it was so much more. So thank you for that. All right, that's going to be it for us tonight. Before we get out of here, we give everybody a little chance to talk about themselves, plug whatever it is they've got going on. All right, let's start with Kreegan, just because you feel some type of way.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, Kreegan's not so upset about that. It's that he doesn't like to be bested in combat, and he doesn't want the party to meet his brother Kreegan. You know, that would just be really upsetting to him. He's just starting to get comfortable with this group of people. His brother's an asshole.
I was gonna say, you worried your brother's cooler? We're gonna like him more.
Yeah, he's worried he's cooler. So, you know, it's just one of those situations. But anyway,
it has like a different affectation. Like this one wears like a top hat. One has like a big handlebar
the
mustache.
monocle.
One's got like a parrot on his shoulder.
Hey, that's my bit.
He goes from like it's like pirate brother to like Mr. Monopoly brother. Like.
Yeah.
And then tell us about our friend Landon.
I'm Landon Baker. I've also had a somewhat tough week. I've been looking for houses, so I'm doing that whole process. But I'm married. I have 2 wonderful Saint Bernard puppies. They are
before the show.
Yeah, one of them was sitting in the office with me for a little bit before the show. I am a software developer, so I get to work from home, so it's pretty nice. But I look forward to this game every week, and although I am a little scared for Kreegan at the moment because he's wounded 2 now, I enjoy this system a lot more than, you know, some other systems. So
system not be named.
Yeah.
Suck it, Mecton Zeta.
Exactly. So I love you guys. I look forward to this every week. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
All right. Awesome. Let's talk to our upside down cop and finisher of bugs. So everybody's doing okay. Long arm of the law. Squishing things.
Right.
Feeling
Constantly,
good?
dog.
Okay.
I'm decapitating horses. I'm squishing bugs that like to stick the bone spike in things. You know, I am an all-around giver of justice. The the lawman that loves to show that Geb is in charge. You know, it's one of those things. I've never really played like the you know, person that was like a lawman but
No,
still did
you
his
don't.
own type of thing. You know, so I'm actually kind of enjoying where this character is gonna go. So I can't wait to see. But yeah, I have two lovely daughters, one of which who is still up right now, who should be in bed, but she's not. So we'll see how that one goes in a little while. And like I said earlier, I have to be to work super early because my, you know, unforgiving chef job.
I feel you, bro.
But other than that, I love playing with these guys on Tuesday. It's a huge break from my normal day-to-day life. So yeah, I love it, and I can't wait for our next session.
Awesome. Salvatore, big coming through to save Kreegan's bacon after the deadly bone spike. Renaming spells, Urgathoa, definitely in favor of it. So how's homeownership treating you so far?
Oh, you know, I expected a little bit of light cleaning and not so much of gross like bone parasite monster things. But you know, it is what it is. And just personally, Salvatore is not a huge fan of chittering, skittering, and scuttling. There's been a lot of that happening down here. But other than that, you know, it's going all right. New house, pretty sweet. I like the motif for sure. And I am Nick, live out in California, and it's super windy where I am right now, so that's a lot of fun. And yeah, just having a great time. This is super fun. Thank you guys. Thank you, Steven, for GMing. It's been a blast.
All right. Our delicate flower, the biter of faces, Dahlia. Same question. How's homeownership going so far? You haven't gotten to eating things since we've been here, so that's good.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, I ate a rat head when we got started.
Ozzy be proud.
Yeah, you know, it's metal. As this entire campaign is just reminds me of metal songs. Everything that we come across, I'm like, oh, that's a metal song. Like,
everything looks like an Iron Maiden cover, like an album
It's
cover.
definitely the most metal AP they have.
Yeah.
It's great. I'm very much at home here. And Dahlia can't wait to clear the rest of these fools out and catch a bath because she's sick of all this.
Yeah. The only way this could be more metal is if it was in German, or like
exactly.
Swedish or something. Yeah. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'll finish out, get this out of here. Let's go to our amazing GM who has turned homeownership, farm simulator, and just kind of generally making our way to the farm. An unbelievable fun, and really kind of shows like how cool this system is, because nobody would have ever died like this in 5e, and we're hanging on like every time, and it's great, man. So thank you. Tell us a little bit about yourself, plug something, chastise your group, go nuts.
I'm just excited you guys finally met my favorite NPC in the AP. So
is it the hand?
Like, yeah, the hand has like one paragraph in the book, but I'm like, no, that's my guy. I'm gonna play the shit out of that guy.
Same. Same. Awesome.
So yeah, I mean, I love all the fun subsystems they have in the system, and it just makes everything feel like you're actually doing things as opposed to like the GM's like, I don't know, roll a perception check.
Yeah.
So I have lots of fun running it. So yeah, hope everybody's enjoying the show. If you have questions, you can always Twitter me. It's Stephen W. Rudder @ other way around.
I would say it's like they're all above us on the overlay, so we got everybody covered. Yeah. Steven's very knowledgeable on the system, between Foundry doing a lot of our work, but us actually understanding it. All that goes to him, so we thank him for that.
I try. I'm good at faking it. You don't know how much I'm like. You guys are talking like, okay, now I'm gonna start Googling things just to make sure I have all this crap right, and I'm like, aha, this is the thing that I knew in my head all along.
Yes, while we're spinning around in circles because you told us how to work our tokens. But awesome. thanks for doing this, man. I really appreciate it.
No problem. It's a ton of fun.
All right. So I've been Manny. This has been Bloodlords. That's going to be it for us tonight. We will be back next week. Scheduled to be determined. I have to work next Tuesday, so we'll come up with a schedule. We'll put it on Twitter and social media. As always, to my amazing cast and my friends and my brothers, thank you for doing this. Like I said, I had a shit week. I wanted to do this, and I had just the most amazing time, so thank you. To Steven, thank you for putting up with our shenanigans. I put up with this group for 2 years. It's your turn now. So thank you to everybody who watched tonight. Thank you very much to my good friends, Dave and Scott, who checked in on chat. Thank you both. You guys are two of the reasons why I do this now. That's going to be it for us tonight. Check us back hopefully on Friday, depending on work schedule, for the second to last episode of Legacy of Blood. We've let it slide, been busy. Want to get it back, get it finished. We deserve it. The players deserve it. It's a great story. And if not, we'll see you next week here, twitch.tv.com/GrowedUpGeek for Bloodlords. Thank you. I couldn't even plug my own channel. All right, you guys. Thanks. Everybody have a great night. Thanks for watching. We'll see you all next week. Yeah, I don't.
Hi, everybody.